It is. Wasim, first up, congratulations on winning the toss. What are you going to do?
We are going to the ball first.
Why bowl first on this wicket? What do you read?
Actually, pitch is looking very good. I think maybe the dew factor will be there, so inshallah we'll try to restrict them on the low total.
You've been playing against Scotland, though a different format in the last few days. What have you learned, and what will those learnings make you change in this game today?
Uh, the main thing we will keep very simple, and that was a different format, and this is a T20. So inshallah, I hope we will play a good cricket today.
You know what? I'll just remind you. I reckon this is the same surface where you had beaten New Zealand. I'm not putting pressure on you, but just reminding you something.
As I said you earlier, we will play our good cricket, and will things will be simple, and inshallah, all the boys will play very good.
Wasim, go well and give us a good game.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Richie didn't win the toss, but if you had, what would you have done?
Yeah, look, I think we're happy either way. Obviously, looks quite a dry surface tonight. We know dew might be a factor later on, so we'll be wary of that. But I think, yeah, really excited to get back out there. Start of an exciting T20 series, 5 stadium under lights. So yeah, looking forward to getting out there.
How have the boys adjusted to the winter in this part of the world?
Yeah, it's been really good to come out of winter in Scotland, to get some sunshine. We did have that one day of rain, unfortunately, but other than that, it's been great to get some cricket again at quality facilities. So I'd say we're excited to play some T20 cricket again, and also exciting with some of the players we have coming into the squad. We've got Jack Jarvis coming in to make his T20 debut, so really special day for him.
I'll remind you, just like I reminded Wasim a while back on what they had done on this surface. 2019, 30th of October, I remember what the Scottish team had done to UAE over here, beat them by over 100 runs. I'm sure those are some sweet memories that you'll try and bring on today's surface.
Yeah, of course. We've had a few special memories here in the past. So yeah, I think for us, it's just really about us executing our skills really well, having a good clear game plan. As I said, we're really excited to get back out there.
Richie, we'll wish you luck and go well and give us a good game.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So yeah, the news from the centre is UAE have won the toss and they're going to bowl first.
So news coming from the centre is that Wasim, the captain of UAE, winning the toss and opting to bowl first. And talking about both the sides, UAE and Scotland, Rashid, tell us about the Scotland side.
Well, it's a very interesting side. They've got quite a few debuts coming in. Jack Jarvis, as Richie was mentioning, is playing his first game, first T20 international, and so is Oliver Hare. So two new men out in the middle here for Scotland who are gonna really make a difference for them. George Munsey, we know how dangerous he can be at the top of the order, and winning the toss, I think he would wanted to have bowled first as well, Richie Barrington. But UAE winning the toss, I think that's a good sign, good move by UAE, because at the latter part of the game we can see the dew coming in. That will be an important factor. And well, tell us about UAE, Mudassir Ali.
Quite a few players making comeback in this UAE side, the likes of Raja Akif and Aayan Khan, another left-hand batter who has got plenty of runs under his belt in domestic circuit. And there is a new face, Luqman, the fast bowler. So in a quite interesting side and led by Mohammad Wasim. So we'll be looking for an entertainer here.
Oh, absolutely. And Rahul Chopra also making his T20I international debut, I think, and Mohammad Zohaib, the young leggy. Both of them will be very impactful in today's game. Michael Leask for Scotland. We've got the two umpires. It's Shiju Sam right in front of us, and just behind him we've got Mr. Akbar Ali. Both of them very, very experienced, the two umpires from UAE. They'll be officiating the game today. Asif Iqbal will be the third umpire for today, the TV umpire. And we've got the two openers for Scotland all ready to go in and make an impact in this game. Oliver Hayes, as I said, is making his debut. And we've got George Munsey alongside him, the UAE team in a huddle. Wasim probably giving in the last bit of tips and the statistics for the players as well.
Some positive for UAE as they defeated New Zealand here a couple of months ago, and they'll be eyeing to start this series with a win against Scotland. So young captain, a young team, and good to see Mohammad Zoeb, Alishan Sharfu, another exciting, talented top order batter, and the wicket keeper Tanis Suri early into his career here in UAE. So a lot depends on Mohammad Wasim when we talk about the batting of UAE, but the focus will be on the bowlers of UAE as of now. They need to bowl at the right channels and they need to make sure to keep Scotland below 150, 140.
Oh, absolutely, that will be very important. Like you mentioned, this is a good wicket to bat on as well. So they'll want to restrict them to as low a total as possible. In the first 6 overs, that is going to be of key importance here in this game, because if UAE can pick up some wickets early on, I think that will make an impact, and they will not allow the batters to settle down, because if you let somebody like George Munsey to settle down, he's going to tear you apart.
Give me two names from Scotland because you have been following Scotland very closely for the last few weeks. Two batters who can make that impact on this game.
Well, for me, the two batters who I think will make a difference is one on your screen, George Munsey. He can be very dangerous at the top of the order, and in the middle is we've got Brandon McMillan, who's also very dangerous. So I'm having a close eye on him. He was in good form in the 50-over competition we just concluded, the Tri-Series. So those are the two men for me. Tell us about the bowlers from UAE then.
Quite interestingly, Akif Raja making comeback, and there's a new face, Hazrat Luqman, but all eyes will be on this man who is on screen, the premier fast bowler Junaid Siddiqui. He's very lethal with the new ball. He can generate that pace and bounce. It will be a good battle between bat and ball. It's George Munsey who will be on strike against Junaid Siddiqui. All set for the first T20 international between UAE and Scotland here at Dubai International Stadium.
A very interesting field set as well. He's got a short third, but a deep backward point fielder on the boundary rope. And the second fielder, allowed outside the 30-yard, is at deep square leg. As Mr. Akbar Ali on his screens, he'll be officiating the game. No slip in place. That's also very interesting. So Junaid is probably going to keep it very straight because they've got a short mid wicket in place too.
An interesting field. This is a modern day cricket field setup. No third man, no slip with the new ball. Having a backward deep point and deep square leg. All set. Runs in. Junaid Siddiqui. Nicely bowled. Equally well played. Just losing his shape. Junaid Siddiqui.
West fell over there. Probably just didn't get his footing right. But was on target on that occasion. Good delivery, I would say. He started well, and George played it well. Straight to the fielder at short mid wicket. So the Junaid is bringing the ball into the left-hander. That's what he normally does, but he's definitely got the ability to take it away from him as well. Dot ball to start with. That's a good sign for UAE. Now they just need to make sure, like you mentioned earlier, keep it as quiet as possible, especially in the first 6 overs.
Oh, absolutely, and they'll be eyeing to get rid of George Munsey. Wherein George Munsey will be looking to give Scotland a good start. Wayward onto the pads. So the first extras opening his arms is Akbar Ali. So off the mark, Scotland.
2 runs on the board then. They picked up a single as well. And wasn't a good delivery. I think that fall in that on that previous delivery just took his pace off as well from Junaid. And was a little too wayward there. Now we'll see Oliver Hayes for the first time with the left-handed batter.
Quite interestingly, two openers are left-handers. They're trying out two left-handers top of the order. Oh, knocks him out! What a brilliant delivery! A debut game, the first ball, a golden duck. He won't remember, but what a brilliant delivery. Some movement, nowhere near the ball, and the first wicket going down for Scotland.
Well, that's a brilliant start for UAE. That's the kind of start they would have wanted. Excellent delivery. Played the wrong line, I think, and there was some movement as well that can trouble the batter. Just taking it away from the left-hander on that occasion. That's the class of Junaid Siddiqui. UAE draw first blood, and they're on the board as well. First wicket down for Scotland, 2 on the board.
Thank you very much.
So in comes another talented top order batter for Scotland, Brandon McMullen. 7 matches, 212 runs and couple of 50s in his T20 international career. The highest of 96. And look at the strike rate, Rashid, 154. A very devastating batter, top of the order for Scotland.
Absolutely. Very good delivery there from Junaid Siddiqui. Yes, you're absolutely right. McMillan is a very dangerous batter. Let's have a look at the wicket once again. Just holding its shape and just moving away at the last second. That was what undid hairs on that occasion. Not a good start for him. He'll probably want to forget this delivery as soon as possible.
But nicely bowled, and it was a trap because he saw from the other end, Munsey, he played couple of in-swingers. All of a sudden, it was an out-swinger for the batter. Oliver has no clue. What a start provided by Junaid.
Well, that's way outside off stump. Will be a wide delivery once again. So nothing off the bat is yet for Scotland, but they've got 3 runs on the board. And UAE, well, they've had a very good start now with Junaid picking up this wicket. Opportunity for the bowlers from the other end to really get settled down, because we know that it's going to be either Raja Akifullah or Hazrat Luqman. It's going to be Luqman, I think, who's going to be from the other end, probably one of the two. So it'll give them that cushion to start.
Absolutely, and they'll be looking for Luqman to bowl that second over, known for moving the ball both the ways. Excellent, brilliant delivery. Exploiting the conditions. Out here is Junaid Siddiqui. Some movement, nowhere near the ball. Luckily, ball going past that wood of McMullen.
Well, that's an outstanding delivery there from Junaid once again, just moving it away on the right hand and keeping them guessing. That's what he's doing so well. Moving both the ball both the ways. That was an excellent delivery. Squared him up there. McMillan unable to get it away.
Excellent piece of bowling here. The struggle continues for the batters against Junaid, and good to see he knows his limitations with the new ball, the premier fast bowler. He don't have his partner Zahoor in this series. Quite interestingly, if we talk about the shorter format, UAE always have been a very good side. The likes of Mohammad Wasim, top of the order, make sure to give them a good start. But if we talk about the bowling, it's always about the fast bowlers who get those quick early breakthroughs for your team. Junaid Siddiqui already doing a good job. What a delivery. Peach of a delivery. Some bounce coming into McMillan. An excellent over. The first over comes to an end. Scotland 3 for the loss of 1.
Luqman, lefty same, lefty right. That's under.
Well, it's going to be Luqman to share the new ball alongside Junaid Siddiqui. He'll be coming in from the far end, the Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed road end. Another very talented bowler making his debut for UAE. And this is a dream for him. And obviously he's got some cushion, as I mentioned, because already the first wicket is down for Scotland. Munsey on strike.
A proud moment for Luqman and for his family and his supporters. He worked really hard. He was a part of a team in ILT T20 season 1. Unfortunately, due to some injury, he missed out on the second edition of ILT. But good to see getting a big opportunity playing for UAE. Dream come true for Luqman.
That's a wonderful delivery once again. No, absolutely. It's always a dream to play for your country, and Hazrat Luqman getting an opportunity. 34 years of age is Hazrat Luqman. Very talented. Like you mentioned, he was part of the Dubai Capitals in the ILT and played a few games as well for them. And he's been very prolific in the domestic circuit. He's been picking up wickets, which is why he's got the maiden call up into the national side. George Munsey on strike meanwhile. Oh, that's another good delivery. They go for a quick single chance here. That was on mid-off. Mohammad Wasim normally, is it? I think normally the safest fielder for UAE, missing it out on that occasion, charging it a little too quickly, allowing them to come back for the second and the first runs of the bat for Scotland.
Absolutely, and basics are right. Both the batters running hard. The first run putting that extra pressure on Wasim, and a fumble, and they have taken an extra run. So couple of runs to get off the mark, Munsey.
That's another good delivery outside off stump. Not allowing too much width on that occasion is Luqman. Both the bowlers from UAE, they have come out with a plan. They're trying to target the stumps and move it away because they will get some swing early on. We know both these bowlers can swing the ball around, but that's what exactly they're doing. But the good thing is they're starting on the stumps. Junaid was a little wayward, but as soon as he pitched it in the right area, he got rewarded straight away.
Width offered, connects well, and look at the terrific stop from Captain Mohammad Wasim, certainly saving 4 runs for his team.
That was a wonderful effort from Wasim. He's made up for that mistake he made on the previous delivery. Good dive towards his right, saving a certain boundary like you mentioned. But as soon as you see some width, Munsey is going after you. That's what you can't do against him. Very strong. Oh, he smacked that. Too full on that occasion from Luqman, and Munsey gets his first boundary. Scotland get their first boundary. That's a terrific shot.
So first boundary from the blade of Munsey, and a slight error trying to come into the left-hander. So over number 2 done. Scotland 9 for the loss of 1.
Junaid to continue here, bowling his second over. Luqman trying to come down the track on that occasion. Plays it straight back to the bowler, no chance of a run. Junaid, you can't do that against him. Let's have a look at that boundary on the last delivery. That was a terrific shot. That's what George Munsey does. He doesn't try to overhit it. Just uses a lot of bottom hand and places them well.
Yeah, absolutely, and anything fuller he will take you on a ride, and a good shot we have seen in the previous over from Munsey. Now it's up to Macmillan. 5 balls yet to open his account. Junaid trying to create that pressure. Can he get better of Macmillan here?
Well, he's taking some time here, Macmillan. 5 deliveries. Goes for the Yorker. It's a low full toss. They're going for a quick single here. Wasim once again missing out. Not his usual best in the field here, Wasim. That could have been the chance.
Oh, absolutely. Rare fumbles we have witnessed from the captain of UAE, Mohammad Wasim, but good to see in the absence of Zahoor, Junaid making sure to provide that early breakthroughs. And now an experienced fast bowler, he knows his limitations. Earlier, he used to be a bit wayward, trying everything, but now he knows his strength and bowling as per the conditions and bowling in the right channel.
Yeah, he's bowling really well. Macmillan gets off the mark with that single. Munsey back on strike. He's on 6 of 7. Oh, that one kept a little low, I think. Was it a slower delivery? But that was a good delivery nonetheless. Convincingly beat Munsey there.
Ball just keeping a bit low, wanted to go big towards that mid wicket. Was it a knuckle ball from Junaid? But excellent wicket keeping skills we are witnessing from young lad Tanish Suri.
Yeah, that was an awkward bounce there in front of him, but he did well, Tanish Suri. He's been good with the gloves, which is why he's featured in the national side now. Junaid Siddiqui pulled a very good delivery, very good first over. I thought barring those wides, he picked up that early wicket that has given UAE the cushion. Oh, I swicked that, and that's gone towards square leg. There is a fielder. Rahul Chopra will cut it off. Remember, he's played it towards the longer part of the ground. Once again, that whip coming out from the blade of George Munsey. That's what he does so well. Just whips them across, doesn't try to overhit them, and uses that bottom hand to full extension.
The modern day cricket we are witnessing here is something we are witnessing on daily basis. A new look, no look shot from George Munsey. Couple of runs has been added to the total, winning the toss and inviting Scotland to post a total. Good toss to win by Mohammad Wasim. And talking about the field, two fielders, one backward deep square leg and deep mid wicket. Two fielders stationed outside 30-yard circle for Munsey. So the length will be on middle and leg.
Very interesting there. Two fielders on the onside. Yeah, there you go. Like you mentioned, he's bowled on the stumps as straight as possible. Not given any width whatsoever. He can't afford to give any width with no fielder outside the 30 yards on the offside. 13 for 1 after 2.5 overs. This is a good start here for UAE. They need to make the most of it. Don't allow Scotland to settle down, especially Macmillan, who's taking a lot of time here. He's taken 6 deliveries for his 1 run, so pressure will be on George Munsey because he likes to go after the bowlers.
Absolutely, and quite interestingly, some changes been made by Mohammad Wasim in the field. Now for the right-hander, backward deep point and deep square leg stationed outside 30-yard circle. Use of the feed, and in comes Junaid Siddiqui. Strikes for the second time in this game. That's the end of Brian McMullen. He's struggled against Junaid Siddiqui. Comes to an end. 13 for the loss of 2.
Well, that's a wonderful delivery once again. Macmillan was looking like he was uncomfortable against Junaid Siddiqui, trying to use his feet, trying to come down the track. Gets beaten very convincingly. Second wicket down to Scotland. They're in a spot of bother now. Brandon McMillan gone after scoring 1 of 7. 13 on the board after 3.
Over, change.
What a start for UAE, thanks to Junaid Siddiqui, the fast bowler, first getting rid of Oliver Harrison. Now in the previous over, getting better of Brandon McMillan. The fall of McMillan, in comes captain Richard Barrington. And Luqman will continue from the far end to bowl his second over and the fourth over of this innings.
Oh, that's a good delivery. It's going to be George Munsey on strike now. That was the last delivery of the previous over where he picked up that wicket. That was another good delivery. Slightly slower, I thought. Junaid is not at extra space. Let's have a look once again. There you go. Just clipped off his pad, ricocheted onto the stumps, and, well, he was a happy man, wasn't he, Junaid Siddiqui?
Oh, absolutely. And again, it's like a trap set up by Mohammad Wasim and Junaid. Two fielders outside towards the deep square leg and backward deep point, and bowling fuller and back offline deliveries. While swinging nowhere near the ball, the batter misses. So is the wicketkeeper not happy. Is the Luqman. Easy 4 runs has been conceded by Tanis Suri.
Well, that ball didn't bounce as much. We're just waiting for confirmation. Yeah, unfortunate there. And I think we're too harsh on Tanis Suri. That ball just had an awkward bounce right in front of him. Normally a very good keeper. We did see a good couple of saves from him already in this game. Unfortunate, but Scotland wouldn't mind. 4 runs added to their total. Wise. Oh, meanwhile, that's a superb shot. That's a fabulous shot. Using his feet, coming just shimming down and playing it as straight as possible. George Munsey, that's what he can do. He can be very dangerous.
Not expressed with the pace. Junaid, it was an easy picking. Couple of steps coming out of the crease and go straight over the bowler. He's looking good out there in the middle, though he has lost his partners. 2 wickets down. The good news for Scotland, George Munsey looking good. It's a runner ball 13 with the help of couple of 4s. Under the hammer of Munsey is Luqman.
That's a good slow delivery now, outside off stump. Taking it away from the left-hander. So I think this is a good move by Munsey now. He understands that Luqman is playing his first game. He'll be under a bit of pressure. He's the bowler they can go after because Junaid from the other end, he's bowling a superb spell. I wouldn't be surprised if Wasim gives him an extra over here.
And he'll be looking to get rid of Munsey, especially in the power play. And he's targeting the newcomer. Back off length, rolling the wrist, nicely played. It's the young Zohib Zubair. So just a single, but good to see they did their homework pretty well, especially the experience of George Munsey is coming really hard on Luqman.
Yeah, this has been a good over for them. 9 runs have come of it so far. With a delivery to go. We've lost 2 wickets already, remember Scotland. They've been asked to bat first. UAE winning the toss, electing to field, which is a good move, I think, good decision. Because Dew would play a very important role in the second innings. But my concern is just that those odd balls not bouncing as much. So there is some variable bounce in this wicket. That can be troublesome for UAE. Good delivery, misfield. Will allow them to cross through for a single. 10 runs coming of that Luqman over. A good one for Scotland. 4 overs done. 23 for 2.
Middle, please. Thank you.
So couple of overs for Junaid Siddiqui, couple of wickets to him, and in comes the first change. Captain has some other plans. Raja Akif is getting ready to bowl his first over of this game. 12 matches, 8 wickets, an economy of 8. Nippy fast bowler, and he'll be eyeing to get some wickets on the surface. The fast bowler Raja Akifullah.
Oh, straight away back of length delivery. That's been caressed through the covers. Don't think it'll go all the way just towards that longer part of the ground. Shoaib Ahmed was mentioning in his pitch report. They pick up 3 runs, 72 meters on that side. Quite a big boundary.
Absolutely, and heavy rainfall couple of days ago, and we can see that a heavy outfield. As a batter, you need to run hard between the wickets, convert those singles into doubles into 3. Some work from Rahul Chopra. So excellent running between the wickets, though they have lost couple of wickets. The good news, 2 experienced batters of Scotland out there in the middle. Barrington taking his own time, but Munsey now he's looking good.
Well, I think it's very important for somebody like Raja Akifullah. He's coming in when Scotland are on the back foot. Can't allow that pressure that is built previously by Junaid to just be given away. Can't let the batter settle down. Very important that he bowls in the right channels. I thought he needs to be a little more fuller.
Brilliant. Coming around the wicket and coming into Munsey, the experience of Akifullah Raja. An excellent delivery. Something to cheer for the captain, Mohammad Wasim of UAE.
Yeah, that was a good delivery. That's what he needs to do. Don't give George Munsey the width he's waiting for. And you can't be too full against him because he likes to whip the ball across. They've got 2 fielders on the onside. Mid wicket and square leg. Comes down the track. Good bit of fielding there. I think it's Aayan Khan who's done really well. Saved a few runs for the team.
This is the advantage you have when the youngsters in your side, putting that extra effort, dives coming in, saving certain boundary. It was hit hard using the feet, and look at that effort from Aayan Khan. Superb effort.
That's a brilliant effort. He's always been a very good fielder. Aayan Khan will see him with the bat, with the ball for UAE. Has bowled some left armers. And we'll see him at the top of the order for UAE. Meanwhile, Akifullah into his first over has given away 4 in the first 3 deliveries, but he's bowled well so far. That's another good delivery, but equally well played and good game awareness there, picking up a single there, stealing a single, I would say.
A good start, couple of wickets has been taken by UAE fast bowlers, but quite interestingly, do you agree with this change of Mohammad Wasim getting Akifullah Raja and not giving that extra over to Junaid Siddiqui?
Well, quite honestly, I would have given Junaid another over here. Try to pick up another wicket. If they can manage, if they would have gotten 3 wickets, that would have certainly put Scotland on the back foot. At the moment, UAE do have the advantage, but another wicket wouldn't be harmful.
Making room, trying to go big toward the top side, coming around the wicket, and as a right arm fast bowler, it's expected that you'll get that ball into the left-hander, and nicely negotiated by Munsey this time.
Well, I think which is why he was trying to make that room and go towards the offside, because both the fielders, the protection is on the onside. This is a good field setup by Mohammad Wasim, trying to give that cushion to our Raja Akifullah in his first over and make sure that he doesn't go for too many runs, because at the start of the innings, if you go for too many runs, it just takes away all that confidence, doesn't it?
So the final ball, back of length, but played straight towards Rahul Chopra just for a single. So 6 runs from the first over of Akifullah Raja, 5 overs done. With that single, Scotland slowly moves to 29 for the loss of 2, and it's time for the double change in the com box. For the next set of 5, we will be entertained by Neil Oja, and alongside him will be Shoaib Ahmed.
Thank you, Rashid and Mudassir. Good evening, everyone. 5 overs, 29 for 2, Scotland. As Hazrat Luqman has been given another over. Gets an inside edge, Munsey, but he will get a run as well. Gets to the non-striking end. My name is Shoaib. With me in the com box is Neil. Neil, good evening.
Good evening, Shoaib. Thank you so much. A little surprising call there to bring in Hazrat Luqman for his third, while keeping back Junaid Siddiqui, the man who actually picked 2 wickets.
Yes,
Beats me. Completely beats me. 30 for 2 in 5.1. As Richard Berrington will be on strike. No foot movement whatsoever. Get a single there. We'll try and consolidate from here on the Scottish players. Both these guys, lots of experience between them. After losing the top 2, they'll try and see if they can actually not lose any further wickets till at least the 10th, 12th over, Shoaib.
A partnership is crucial. They'll have to steady the ship for Scotland. Well, that's a good shot. A pull on the front foot. And that is where Munsey is so dangerous. Once he gets going, he's unstoppable. Not a bad ball, just a super shot.
Well, incredible stroke making there. Rightly mentioned, not necessarily a poor delivery. Pulling from the front foot, never too easy. Someone of the class of Munsey, we can expect a few more shots. If you try and take the pace off, you will be punished.
Full delivery and nicely flicked in the air. This is going to go all the way. That's a clean hit from Munsey. And Luqman under tremendous pressure.
Well, he tried to overcorrect that short delivery that he had bowled previously by a fuller delivery. And mind you, Munsey had already preempted that. He was standing outside the crease to negate that Yorker just in case he tries to bowl that. A juicy half volley. and he gleefully accepted.
Expensive over this one. Goes to his deceptive slower delivery. Luqman does bowl that well, has bowled and has honed that skill of bowling the slower ball. Has got a lot of experience in domestic cricket. Hazrat Luqman has been around for quite some time. Gets his first opportunity tonight, but hasn't been able to leave an impressive mark in the game so far.
This time a massive swing, and the result will be again in the favour of the Scots. Sixer.
Well, the slower delivery, one too many from Luqman, and this time Munsey was ready for it. Waited for that half a second and went berserk on that last ball. So a fruitful over and a fruitful power play for Scotland after 6 overs. It's 47 for 2. That's the power play session so far. Junaid was absolutely brilliant. Got 2 wickets to his name. A slow start, but then the experience of Richie Berrington and Munsey just steadied the ship for Scotland in the first 6 overs. Munsey especially was looking really good and just put on that pressure on the debutant Hazrat Luqman.
Well, yeah, that sixth over, the last over of the power play, in my opinion, was a little too much to put Hazrat Luqman into. Ended up giving 18 runs in that over, 2 sixes, 1 4, as young Aayan Khan, he's been given the responsibility.
Starts off well. That's what his hallmark is. The young superstar from UAE does have that ability to bowl consistently in a certain area. I would have wanted him to bowl a lot earlier, especially against Munsey. Does like pace on deliveries, so that would have been an interesting contest. Better late than never. Aayan Khan, 19 wickets for him.
Quick check on the field there for the left-handed Munsey. We've got good protection on the onside. There's square leg, deep mid-wicket and a long on. I wonder if he will actually get the ball to turn, or will he bowl those armours that he's known so well for, taking it away from Munsey. My bet would be on that.
Oh, good delivery. Just straightened as it pitched, and the good part of that was that he bowled it on the stumps, not allowing any room for Munsey. There you go. He was setting up for a big hit, but then at the last moment just checked his shot.
Well, yeah, I mean, he is a very smart cookie, Aayan. Knows a thing or two about deceiving. The perception of him turning the ball, while he doesn't as often turn the ball, always keeps the batters guessing. The good old adage that says it's always the illusion of the turn that gets you the wicket.
Catch is the call. This one's been played in the air and will be taken. So Aayan Khan strikes in his very first over, and the spin strategy has worked. It is Berrington who is trying to go big, doesn't get the connection right and finds the fielder. Wicket number 3 down.
And the length was slightly back, drew the batter into that shot, and very comfortably taking that catch, getting the skipper to dispatch. Ali Shan taking that catch, and Richard Berrington gone, 7 of 7.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, sure, man.
Michael Leask, 55 matches, 578 runs to his credit.
Turning leg.
A strike rate just over 130. The new man in, replacing the skipper. Been an impressive addition to the UAE side, Aayan. Every single time that he's taken the ball in his hand, he's delivered.
We know for a fact that a lot of players have been tried and tested over the last few years in UAE. A lot of players playing their first games, debuting for UAE. But if there's one name that you would want to put on that playing 11, the first name that would come to your mind, or at least the first two, it has to be Aayan Khan. The kind of impact that he has for UAE is second to none. Yes, Mohammad Wasim is leading from the front in terms of captaining the side and also scoring important runs. But if there's one player who actually brings that X factor for UAE, is this man, Aayan Khan. We'll keep that chat alive. 7 overs gone. Scotland are 50 for 3.
Middle, please.
Akif Raja will share the responsibility with Aayan Khan. He's given away 6 runs in his first over. But the intent over here is to put pressure on the opposition, not let them get through. Scotland have lost 3 wickets, which primarily means they would be running calculations in their minds on how to take on from here. Akif Raja. What is really surprising over here, Shoaib, is that the new batters coming in, again are playing just with their hands, no foot movement whatsoever. Just staying where they are, playing away from the body. And Akif Raja very smartly keeping that ball away from the right-handed Leask there. (51 for 3 in 7.1). Munsey is weighing his options.
He's a dangerous proposition. If you want to actually make an impact in this game and restrict Scotland to a below par total, they'll have to see George Munsey's back as soon as possible. They have to send him back to the dugout. He is just too good when it comes to T20 cricket. Again, flicked it so beautifully. Just timing and placement from Munsey as he's got that one in the gap. Rahul Chopra putting in the dive, but in vain, as 4 more for Scotland.
Well, yeah, Rahul Chopra did put in his body behind the ball, and would love to see. That was really good effort. It was really good effort. Not always do you get to see that players putting a full stretch drive, trying to put their body as a little plank to stop the ball from going. Munsey had hit it really clean. A little angle that he creates by moving across. Just got the glove there. You're talking about Aayan and how important it is to maintain that pressure once a wicket has been taken from the opposite end. Giving away boundary balls. It'll just be like a little pressure release scenario there for Scots.
And that's this over again. A good one for Scotland. Yes, they've lost that wicket, but as long as Munsey is there, they will definitely look at posting a big total on the board. Oh, that's a very good shot from Leask this time. He has unleashed a beautiful pull, and that ball has gone the distance, and it's towards the bigger part of the boundary, so that can tell you that it was a clean hit, a ballistic hit from Leask for 6 runs.
Well, yeah, Akif Raja, not in the best of his elements there with that ball. Went on the back foot and with that beautiful swing, sent that ball. So it's not just attack from one end. Runs are coming thick and fine from both these batters. And that might just be a little bit of a concern there for UAE skipper Wasim on what to do with his bowling options.
Oh, that's another good hit. This time beats the fielder at mid-off. And just the sheer power that Leask is able to produce in his shots. Great, quick hands. And the result is another 4.
Runs are coming in nice and thick. If you're bowling that line, which is slightly closer to the off stump, mid-off is a little square for that setup. Getting on top of the ball to play that shot. Beautifully done. 16 runs already of this over. One more delivery to come. Cannot afford to bowl a boundary ball. Can he pull out a Yorker?
Goes full, and this one's been played. Again, the timing on that shot does tell you that Leask is in very good form. He's middling every ball, and that's not good news for UAE. Scotland are back in the game with that over. 8 overs, 67 for 3. Right, that's the playing 11 for both the sides. Our focus is on UAE right now, and I feel personally that UAE should try and get and explore their spin bowling options. They've got Mohammad Zuhaib, who's a great leg spinner, and Basil Hamid, who can also be used as a spin bowling option. Aayan continues. But I think the spinners will have a role to play here, Neil.
They sure will. Also puts in that little element of doubt in the mind of a batter. And especially if you are one of those big striking bats, you don't want to be on the wrong side of a turning ball.
Immediately you can see the impact that Aayan Khan has had in this game. This is just his second over, has given away only 3 runs and also has got that wicket to his name. So I personally feel the spinners should be the main weapon for Wasim in this innings.
Again, no foot movement. Playing from absolutely glued feet. Just get a single there. He would be happy to be off strike. The way he was playing, more of in an attempt to keep the ball away from the body.
And now with Munsey against Aayan, this is the contest I was talking about. This is going to be interesting. Watch out for his sweep and the reverse sweep that he does like to play a lot. Against the spinners especially. And there you go. The sweep comes in and effective straight away. Gets 4 runs.
Well, yeah, if you bowl in that zone for him, Munsey, you blindfold him, he'll still hit those sweeps. He'll still hit those reverse sweeps day in and day out. It was a fuller delivery and it was almost like a gift of sorts. Went across the line very early, Munsey. 43 of 28 for him. Try and keep the ball away from him.
That's much better. Just outside off and the right length. And like we said, he's very strong square of the wicket, Munsey, but does seem to be a bit tentative when it comes to playing straight down the ground against the spinners. So that should be the plan for anyone who's bowling against Munsey. Try to make him play as straight as possible. Decent over from Aayan. Only 5 runs so far in the 4 deliveries that he's bowled.
Get a single. He'll be happy. Yes, that boundary was conceded, but doesn't really matter because it was a delivery that was almost a freebie. 9 overs gone, it's 74 for 3. Alright, so Basil Hamid will replace Akif Raja from the far end. Very handy off-break bowler. The classic example of a good all-rounder. You know, the 360 players that we keep talking about, 49 matches, 18 wickets. An economy that does not do justice to what he actually brings to the table. On to the pads, big shout. Shiju Sam says no. And I reckon was going slightly down the leg side. But this is a very, very good shout on the very first ball. Especially when you know that the feet are not moving. It definitely is worthy a very good shout. Basil Hamid. Going across the line.
Yeah, immediately you can see the impact again. I'd like to put that out. They take 2. But the way Leask was batting against the fast bowlers, every ball was coming from the middle of the bat. It sounded so nice. And now, against Basil, the 2 deliveries that he's faced, he's looked a little uncomfortable. First ball missing, hitting him on the pads. The second ball was full, but he still couldn't middle it. So this is going to be interesting now. Basil to Leask again, using his feet, a mistimed hit. This could be an opportunity. No, lands safely as Zuhaib Zubair comes in to clean that up. Another couple of runs added to the total, but living dangerously, Leask.
Well, he's trying to change the mindset of Basil Hamid, because if you realize Basil bowled those 2 deliveries full, keeping in mind that Leask is not using his feet. Want to just niggle around the bowler's mindset. A quicker one outside off. Basil is a smart cookie, I can tell you.
Well, I've just been informed by a very ardent fan of associate cricket about George Munsey, and a very interesting stat about him. We'll come to that. This is clear. This is easy. And Shiju Sam raises the finger as Basil Hamid strikes and gets the all-important wicket, and another partnership broken as Leask will now have to walk back.
Well, yeah, this time bringing the ball from outside off and making it turn. No doubts in the mind of the umpire because it hit the back leg. And when that is the situation, well, you'll be walking back to the dugout just like Michael Leask is walking. 19 of 15, 78 for 4, Scotland.
उधर साइड पे आ जाओ सर उधर ही आ जाओ
The new man in is Jack Jarvis fourth match, 28 runs under his belt, and he's come out at a very difficult situation for Scotland. They've lost 4 wickets. That was his ODI stats. T20 debut for Jack Jarvis. And what a change by Mohammad Wasim to bring in Basil Hamid. Jack Jarvis is off the mark. First runs for him in T20 internationals. Gets to the other end, and well, end of the over, a very successful one for UAE and Basil Hamid. They managed to pick up another wicket in that one. 10 overs done, Scotland 79 for the loss of 4. It's going to be Aayan Khan to continue. Will be bowling the 11th over. It's been very impressive. Oh, that's a wonderful delivery. Just turning it away from Jack Jarvis on that occasion.
Just 17 years old, and look at that control with the ball, Aayan Khan. Some turn, moving it away from Jarvis. Playing his first international T20 game. The good news for Scotland, the experienced George Munsey is still out there in the middle where the other batters struggle on the surface. He's making sure to get those big runs for his team.
Oh, absolutely, he's very dangerous. We saw that throughout the day today. He's the only man who stood like a wall in front of the UAE bowlers. Moving across, placing it in the gap. They're going for the second. This will be interesting. Oh, directed. That was what was required. Wasim putting in a brilliant effort. Had to cover a lot of ground there, but they make it quite easily for 2 runs. This is good batting from Munsey. Mudassir is making sure that he knows his team has lost quite a few wickets in these early overs. Just trying to place them in the gap and pick up runs.
Oh, absolutely, and he's waiting for those bad deliveries to send them towards that boundary rope. It again going down on one knee, nicely swept behind the square, chased by the fielder, but ball wins the race. So he continues to excel with the bat, and in the process get to his 50. An excellent knock continues here by Munsey.
Well, the terrific form for George Munsey continues. He was in excellent form in the 50 over tri-series and now gets some 50 in the very first T20 international. That was an excellent shot, like you mentioned, moving across, using his crease and placing it just behind that fielder at deep square leg. George Munsey has been wonderful. 6 boundaries and 2 maximums in this inning so far, going at a strike rate of 161. That's no mean feat. Oh, good delivery, good comeback delivery by Aayan Khan. Slower in the air, almost enticed him to go big towards the offside. That's what Aayan Khan can do. We've been talking about how impressive he's been, 17 years of age. He had a lot to say to you last night, Mudassir Ali.
Had a good chat with Aayan where they were having a practice in ICC Cricket Academy nearby to Dubai International Stadium. So some runs from that over of Aayan. Munsey looking good for Scotland. They have lost 4 wickets, 11 overs done, 87 on board.
Well, that's the bowling card for UAE so far. 5 bowlers used, and I'll talk about that opening burst from Junaid Siddiqui. 7 runs in 2 overs and picked up 2 important wickets. That's what put Scotland on the back foot, and then Aayan and Basil, both the spinners, following it up with a wicket apiece.
So the experienced bowlers getting those wickets. Akif and Luqman, they struggled on the surface, going for plenty of runs. So Basil will continue, got that big wicket in his first over. Very watchful this time, and almost 90% of his runs came toward that leg side, especially on towards the back of the wicket. They need to bowl a bit fuller, try and test him, ask him to go over that extra cover, let him make a mistake.
Oh, goes for the reverse hit. He is famous for that shot. and plays that, executes it perfectly over the fielder's head. That'll go towards the boundary. That's a wonderful shot from Munsey. That'll take away all the pressure that was built up.
Yet again, we are seeing him very strong towards both sides of the wicket. This time, reverse shot. So he continues to excel. What a knock he's playing for his team.
This is a superb knock from George Munsey. This can be the difference in this game.
Well bowled,
That's a good delivery. Fuller, like you mentioned, force him to go as straight as possible. Let him go over the bowler's head. They've got protection at long on, long off. That can be somewhere that they can pick up his wicket.
One more time in the air. And one bounce, 4 runs. So 2 boundaries in this over. He's targeting now the off-break bowler. So runs are coming thick and fast from the blade of George Munsey.
Well, that's a magnificent shot from Munsey. Once again, going for that reverse hit. That was almost a slog towards mid-wicket. Look at how strong he is. That's why you can't bowl those full deliveries now. I have to retract my statement. Because you can't bowl anywhere to him when he's on song. Those are some wonderful shots. So they've tried everything, which is why I think they're just trying to cut out those options and try to bowl as straight as possible. A quicker delivery from Basil Hamid on that occasion. What would you do as a bowler, Mudassir?
When the things are not working in your favor and you're not getting that help from the surface, bowl a low full toss. You never know, batter gets a bit greedy, wanted to go big, and in the process he can make a mistake.
Or get the batter to the other end. Let him take a single. Last delivery. Has been played well in the gap. They would want to come back for 2 quite easily at the end. This is excellent batting. Jarvis looks very comfortable out there for his first game. And that will be the end of another good over here for Scotland. 11 runs coming off it. 12 overs done, 98 for the loss of 4. Well, it's been a brilliant knock from George Munsey. Let's have a look at the 50 runs he scored so far. What a fabulous start. Those 2 shots against Luqman, I think those were key there. That's what got him going. Initially, I thought he was having some trouble getting bat on ball. But once he got his mojo going, I think he's been superb. Those reverse hits, that sweep shots, he's so strong with getting him to his 50 on that occasion. This has been a wonderful knock by George Munsey. This knock has been the difference so far, I think. None of the other Scotland batters have been able to really make a mark.
Absolutely, and looking good. And on 60 of 37 balls, Jarvis on 498 for the loss of 4. Trying to break this partner, especially that wicket of Munsey. Captain turns to young leggy Mohammad Zoeb, bowling for the first time in T20 International.
Start off well. George Munsey very watchfully plays that towards the offside. He's been careful on occasion, George Munsey. That's what I liked about his innings. He's been just in that frame of mind where he's taken his time at the same, and also made sure that if there's a loose delivery, if it's something in his zone, he's going to go after the bowlers. He's picked his bowlers well. He's realized who the probably not the premier bowlers are for UAE. Somebody like Basil Hamid, Hazrat Luqman, Akifullah Raja making his comeback, and he's gone after them. He's been very careful against Aayan Afzal. He's been very careful against Junaid Siddiqui. So this has been a hallmark of his innings so far. Brilliant effort there by Mohammad Wasim at covers, saving a few runs for the team. And the young leggy, like you were mentioning, coming into T20 internationals for UAE. That action, he's superb. I think he's perfect for T20 cricket.
Coming down the track in the air, just clearing Aayan Khan at point. Couple of runs on offer. Talking about Zoeb, Zubair got that opportunity in ILT 20. Played for Gulf Giants, if I'm not wrong. And he was clearly pick off the bowlers. If you talk about that economy below 6 runs per over and bowling against likes of Pollard, Mohammad Wasim, and still maintaining that economy below 6, it shows the talent. This leg break possesses couple of runs and 100 comes for Scotland.
That's another good delivery. Good work done by Aayan Khan at point. Yeah, Zoeb Zubair is very impressive, which is why he's got this call up to the UAE national side. I think he started off well. He was kept off the attack because George Munsey was still in there. Mohammad Wasim trying to save the young leggy against the left-hander, but I think it's about time that he brings him on. And straight away, I think he's bowled well. The runs were coming in quite easily for Scotland. So this over has worked in favour of UAE so far. No boundaries conceded as yet. One more delivery to go. Can he keep it quiet against George Munsey, or better take his wicket?
There is an opportunity because Munsey knows they got only 3 runs. He'll be eyeing to get a boundary against Zohaib.
Makes room for himself, tries to go towards the offside. That was a quicker delivery from Zohaib. Probably the flipper as well. Excellent over from the young leggy comes to an end. Just 4 runs conceded in his first over. 13 overs done. Scotland 102 for 4.
शाबाश जेबी हाँ ये मारेगा अभी
Basil Hamid to continue. 2 over 16 and a wicket. First delivery. Jack Jarvis, no idea where that ball was. Wanted to go for the single. Good start for Basil in this over. He conceded 12 runs in the previous one.
One more time, targeting that cow corner. And look at that effort. It's a terrific captain. Mohammad Wasim saving some runs.
lovely यार
That's a wonderful effort from Wasim. Putting in the big dive. We all thought that's going to go towards the boundary, and look at that. Just pushing it back into play. That's the way Wasim plays, and he likes to field. That's what makes him one of the best fielders here in the UAE. Another good delivery from Basil. He's keeping George Munsey off strike. That is good for him.
Politely asking the on-field umpire Shiju. The smile says it all. So far, a good over. The previous one, 4 runs conceded by Zohaib. Now just couple of runs. Making room. Connects well. It again running hard. But no chance of that second run. Excellent groundwork by Rahul Chopra.
Yeah, the UAE side is looking very good in the field so far. They've done well. Basil Hamid into his third over. He's conceded 19, picked up a wicket. Scotland 105 for 4. What do you think is a good total on this wicket, Mudassir?
I think anything around 150, 155 would be a good total to defend on the surface.
शाबाश शाबाश
But last couple of overs has been very good, and now this is a chance for UAE because he's a bit under pressure. He's finding it hard. Last 9 deliveries, 10 deliveries, they were in a bit of bother not getting those boundaries. And we were talking about the chance. It was played in the air straight over Basil Hamid. Lucky escape.
lovely boys
Oh yeah, that was a very, very lucky escape there. I thought that one just stuck into the wicket. He was too early into the shot. Basil Hamid with that big effort, big jump. Just couldn't get his hand. Munsey for the first time I think he's looked uncomfortable. You're right, that pressure is seeping up to him. One more delivery to go in this over. Has been a wonderful over from Basil Hamid. Just 4 runs off it. And all that faith that has been put into him by Mohammad Wasim, he's repaying that. Quicker delivery. Equally well played by Jarvis towards the onside. He'll pick up a single and keep strike for the next over. 5 runs coming off that Basil Hamid over. 14 overs done. Scotland 107 for 4. Zuhaib Zubair to continue. Will be bowling a second over. Coming in from the pavilion end. First delivery. That's up in the air, but falls short of the fielder at covers. Aayan Lakra does well. Restricts them to a single here. But I think George Munsey wants to keep striking against the leggy now.
Bit quicker in the air, Zohaib Zubair, as we have seen in the previous over. The interesting news is that last 13 deliveries, they have just got 9 runs, no boundaries.
A low full toss has been played straight down the ground. I don't think it has the legs. Oh, it does. That's timed well. That's a very good shot from George Munsey. I thought the fielders will cut it off, but that had enough legs to take it over the boundary rope.
Not hit firmly, but a poor effort. They were way away, the long off and the long on, a bit wide, wideish, and a boundary has been conceded at last. He moves to 66 with that boundary.
Well, you wanted the boundary, you got it there, Mudassir. And that'll take away some of the pressure that was being built in the previous overs. Zuhaib conceding his first boundary in T20 International. Oh, he's got a hold of that. He's got a hold of that. That's going to go all the way for a maximum. What a good hit by Munsey. That is the reason why he wanted to keep striking against the leggy, to put more pressure on him. Excellent shot.
Shifting the gaze at the right time, now targeting the young leggy. A 4 followed by this maximum. A huge hit going down on one knee. The strong forearms helping George Munsey and Scotland. With that maximum, they move to 118.
This has been a stellar performance by George Munsey. 72 of 42 deliveries. Just having a look at the ball. The umpire, Akbar Ali, making sure that the ball is in good condition here. It went all the way, hit one of the seats, I think, in the crowd. And pressure now on Zuhaib. That's a good delivery, better delivery. Now he's bowled it way outside off stump. He's realized that George Munsey is moving across in his crease a little too much. So good comeback delivery by the youngster.
The damage has already been done in this over. 12 runs, and clearly captain Wasim missing the trick, not giving the third over to Junaid Siddiqui in the power play. Now looking good is George. 72 of 42 deliveries. What incredible knock we are witnessing from this talented left-hand batter. Making room, goes toward that extra cover. Turning out to be an expensive over from Zohaib Zubair. A brilliant looking shot from Jarvis. He gets his first boundary of this innings.
That's a very good shot, making room for himself, and I think Zuhaib was too full on that occasion, allowing him to free his arms, get it over that fielder at extra cover. This is turning out to be a very good over for Scotland, exactly what they needed to get to those 170, 180 runs. One more delivery to go. Oh, he's played it over the bowler's head. That'll be another boundary to end the over. This is an absolutely amazing over here for Scotland. 20 runs coming off that over. Scotland after 15 overs, 127 for 4.
Shabazi.
So Basil Hamid comes into the attack to bowl his 4th over. Bowls it flat, bowls it quick. And Munsey trying to just play it over the keeper's head. Misses it. So a rare dot ball that you've just witnessed in this game. Scotland are just thundering away in this game against UAE. 127 on the board. Munsey, his score of 74 is now his highest against UAE in T20 internationals.
For quite some time, just like Mudassir mentioned, no boundaries were conceded, and then there were as many as 4 boundary balls in that previous over. Pressure would be on Basil Hamid. Partnership of 50 runs coming off in good time. What he's smartly doing is Basil is keeping that length slightly back for Jarvis, beg your pardon. Because if you notice, Jarvis does open his front leg away to go across the line. Every time you bowl fuller, it'll become slightly simpler for him to hit. Another option as far as bowling is concerned. Number 77, Aayan Lakra. I don't know if he'll be used, but Basil over here has a task up his sleeve.
Only one.
Darts this one into the body of Munsey. Will just be a single. UAE will be happy with this.
Yes, Basil definitely covering up overs for Luqman, who was taken for some runs in the first 6 overs. And also Akif, who didn't look all that threatening. So he's bowled his full quota of 4 overs, Basil, but has to make sure that he finishes off well in this over. Just 3 runs conceded so far. Expect Jarvis to go big. And did try to go big, completely misses it, and Basil Hamid, well, he's got a smile on his face, and why not? He's undone Jarvis, who's playing his first game, looked impressive, but Basil will get another wicket and bring UAE back in the game.
Very smart piece of bowling there. He almost spotted Jarvis coming down the track and bowled that, darted that one away from him, a quicker one. And Tanish Suri doing a really good job behind the stumps. 21 of 19, 130 for 5.
Shabaza. Middle, please.
Matt Cross, the new man in, playing his 66th match, over 1,000 T20 international runs. 550s included in that. One of those few Scott batters who's achieved that mark. And he'll have to literally get going from the word go, because you don't want to lose the momentum in settling in. At this stage where just about a little over 4 overs are remaining, you don't have that kind of time. Either you take a single, bring Munsey on strike, or try to look to go big.
Well, they're looking for the second and will get them. Not the best of throws. That has allowed Cross to come back for the second. Well, you rightly mentioned, Cross is now standing on crossroads. 16 overs gone, 132 for 5.
Wasim. Well, -1. 1 minute. Hi, how are you?
So it's going to be Aayan Khan to come in to bowl his last over. 3 overs for 18 and a wicket to his credit. Wanting to go for the reverse. There was a big appeal by Aayan. Mind you, when you're coming around the wicket, you create that angle, but with that angle you also create a slight doubt in the mind of the umpire. And that, more often than not, will go against you.
Well, the impact, I think the ball pitching was outside off, and the impact also looked a bit outside off. So Munsey was playing a safe shot, so to speak. 75 for him, as Cross is going to face the next ball. Oh, nicely bowled. Fuller delivery, and just beats the outside edge of the bat.
You would want to keep Cross on the back foot. Just turned right in front of the face of the bat. If Aayan can prize one more wicket out. Darts this one in, opening the face of the bat towards point. Will be a single there. Aayan is indeed one of the bowlers who's kept the Scots quiet. Can he continue doing that for the next 3 deliveries? I'm sure George Munsey would have different plans. He's eyeing the square leg. And wouldn't be surprised if he goes there. Wanted to go there, but Aayan is smart enough. Keeps the ball way away from his arc. Ball also did stay a little low.
It did. And you can see that he's not trying to go straight. Even if it's not in his range, he's waiting and trying to go cross towards the mid-wicket and square leg region. Again goes towards that square leg region. Is that connected well? No, straight to the fielder. And finally Aayan Lakra holds on to it. Aayan Khan can celebrate because it's a big blow and a big wicket for Scotland. UAE and Aayan strike just at the right time.
But pretty much a premeditated shot. He was setting up for that shot time and time again. Kept looking at that square leg fielder in Aayan Lakra and fell to the trap of Aayan Afzal Khan. A fabulous knock comes to an end. Munsey gone for 75 of 48.
You need off? Take it little slightly out.
New man in is Chris Greaves.
One to go.
233 runs in 21 matches. A strike rate of 113, a high score of 45. Scotland will take that today. If we can get anywhere close to those 45 runs, it'll be a job well done. They've got a platform set, but it's 2 new batters out there in the middle for Scotland.
Aayan shouts, and the umpire Akbar Ali is not keen. How close was that? I would love to get that replay, but a fabulous over by Aayan Khan comes to an end. 17 overs gone. It's 134 for 6.
Thank you.
17 overs, 134 for 6. Aayan bowling that beautiful spell of 4 overs, giving away 19 runs and taking 2 wickets. This is the last ball. Again, just going down leg. Akbar Ali not interested. Aayan also realizing that it was missing the stumps. Now, Junaid Siddiqui, another bowler who's got 2 wickets to his name, is going to bowl the 18th and the 20th over if all goes well for UAE. And this is going to be a very important passage of play, the next 3 overs. Here we go, Junaid to cross.
Bowled a back of the net delivery to start off with. Junaid knows a thing or two about taking the pace off the delivery, and mind you, the better you are in your capabilities of taking the pace off the ball on a surface like this, you will be rewarded. Try and bowl quicker, try and accelerate the pace. These Scottish batters would eat you up for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
And off. Thank you.
Very important question coming up next, Neil. Who's going to bowl the 19th over?
Well, Wasim has definitely run out of options. I would still back Hazrat Luqman.
He's got 1 over left. Akif has bowled 2. He's the more experienced out of the 2 bowlers. Oh, what a shot that is. Has he timed it well? No, straight to Suri. So the idea was right from Greaves, but the execution not all that great. And Junaid Siddiqui will get his 3rd victim as Tanish Suri completes a simple catch and sends Greaves back in the dugout.
Well, I didn't really connect it well. Junaid Siddiqui again bowling that length slightly back, and when you don't connect these shots, it just looks extremely ugly. Chris Greaves would be dejected as he walks back on a duck.
I get middle and off.
Mark Watt, the next man in, left-handed batter, the highest of 31 not out, coming in at a number that he comes, also gives you an indicator that he might just be a happy hunter of the leather. Onto the pads, dot ball.
Well, coming around the wicket, Junaid Siddiqui. That was the wicket again. Did try to scoop it, Dil scoop as they call it, but the execution was not all that great. So Junaid gets his 3rd wicket. Now UAE are playing against Scotland for the 4th time. They've played 3 times before this, in 2015, 16 and 19. And the only player to have played against them in 2020 cricket is Junaid Siddiqui. He played against them in 2019. All the others are playing for the first time against Scotland. And guess what? Scotland have played more T20 internationals at the Dubai International Stadium. 1 more than UAE. So Scotland have played 11 and UAE have played 10. So they know there are more experienced side between the two.
Well, indeed, the last game that you were talking about, the 2019 game, was a World Cup qualifier where Scotland beat UAE by over 100 runs and got themselves into the World Cup. UAE playing the qualifiers in their backyard couldn't. You're right, Junaid Siddiqui was the only man that played in that game and is playing in this game. The skipper of that team is now the assistant coach, Ahmed Raza.
Well, times change. I remember I was watching that game sitting in the stands somewhere, and George Munsey was taking the bowlers apart, while Junaid Siddiqui is taking the batters apart of Scotland. Another wicket for him. This is a dream run and a great night and an outing for Junaid Siddiqui as he gets his 4th wicket. Scotland lose their 8th, and well, the kind of start that they got, UAE making a strong comeback.
Well, indeed, a very, very strong comeback. Junaid Siddiqui, the man of the moment, 4 wickets to his credit. And Mark Watt, again, going back for a duck.
Lovely, Juni, one more. Shabash, yeah, Juni bhai, ek aur hai, shabash.
So the new man in is Safyan Sharif. Is known for his bowling more than his batting, as you can see from the numbers. An average of 14, a high score of 26. But can he score some runs here for his side? Anything will do. Yeah, gets a single straight to the fielder. Through at the non-striking end. A misfield by the backing up fielder. I think it was Mohammad Wasim. But they've just ran way too much inside the crease to come back for a second one.
Well, yeah, overrunning. 18 overs gone. Meanwhile, it's 136 for 8.
Raja Akifullah comes in to bowl. This one's chipped in the air, but will land safely. The fielder is on the boundary ropes at long on. So singles will be just fine, Neil, for Scotland. If they can get 12 runs, I think they'll be very happy.
You're absolutely right. The idea should be to play off all 20. Because UAE just need 2 good balls to rattle the Scots out. And in any format of the limited overs game, it's an absolute crime to not play your full quota of overs. Akif comes in. Playing it across. There's enough and more protection. Sharif and Cross. The conversation definitely would be that, hey, let's keep going. Let's not try and be silly. But the challenge will be because Junaid will be coming in to bowl the last.
19 balls since that last boundary was hit. So making a strong comeback UAE in this game. Got wickets just at the right time. They're looking for the second. Akif putting in the slide way too early. But no damage done. And Zohaib is smiling.
Well, yeah, the damage was done to the grass for sure. The way he landed with his knee. Not all fast bowlers are as accomplished as they are with their bowling as far as slides are concerned. But that commitment must be applauded. 3 singles so far.
Goes for the Yorker and well played by Cross. Just guiding it towards deep third. Takes a single. And singles will be just fine for both the teams. UAE will also not mind giving away those singles. What they don't want is this over to go expensive or the leak runs in this over. That's what they don't want.
Well, the last time Mudassir spoke about the number of balls without a boundary being hit, the bowler leaked as many as 4 boundaries in that over. Shoaib, I'm glad that Mudassir is not counting the number of balls right now.
That's a good delivery, a slower delivery from Akifullah Raja. That's nicely done, well disguised, and more importantly, landed in the right area, away from Sharif. So, a very important dot ball in the game.
One more delivery to go. Yeah, absolutely on the money. And one thing we've observed, and this is that the foot movement of the Scot batters is very, very limited. They stay in their crease and play it from there, trusting their ability to hit big. Again, no footwork. Will be a single to end the over. 19 gone, 141 for 8.
शाबाश शाबाश लास्ट है बॉय लास्ट है जुनी भाई शाबाश गुड ओवर आकी भाई
So the last over, it's going to be Junaid Siddiqui. He's got 4 wickets to his name. Can he get a fifer? The only UAE bowler to do that is right now sitting in the dugout as a coach. Ahmed Raza, he's got 5 wickets to his name. Got that against Nepal. And this is the second best bowling figures from Junaid Siddiqui.
Look at the number of runs that he's conceded, just 9. In a scorecard that is showing over 140 runs, he's conceded just 9. This is an incredible piece of bowling. It's not that he's giving runs and picking wickets. He's not giving runs and picking wickets.
Just guides it towards covers for a single. Yes, he's bowled really well. I think the way he's bowled today is going to be a case study for the other bowlers, the fast bowlers. They can take a leaf from the way Junaid has bowled today. First with the new ball and now against the tail of Scotland. He's hitting the right lengths, and that has been instrumental in UAE being able to restrict Scotland to the score that they are right now.
Right, 4 more deliveries to go from here on. Can he pick one more? Can he get to his fifer? Junaid Siddiqui. Banged it short this time. Nothing more than singles coming in for the Scots.
lovely yaar
25 balls in excess of 4 overs. Make that 26 in fact. In excess of 4 overs since the last boundary was hit. You mentioned about Ahmed Raza, the assistant coach of the UAE team now. Back then the captain. Remember, he was the bowler when that spectacular catch by Ramesh Shahzad of George Munsey was taken at the boundary line on this very venue. That was the last time when UAE played Scotland. Spectacular catch that. One of the best that I've seen.
Well, I think the credit has to be given to Emirates Cricket Board to arrange this bilateral series and the way they've conducted. In the last few years, in fact, the amount of cricket, the exposure that the UAE boys have got is really special. And they've worked really hard behind the scenes, the Emirates Cricket Board, to arrange and make sure that this bilateral series is underway. And also Cricket Scotland. A big shout out to them as well. They're looking for the second, will get them. And in recent years, Neil, we feel that there should be a lot of associate bilateral series because there is really too much quality on display. You can see the likes of Mohammad Wasim, who's a top-class player, has made a mark in T20 cricket. Aayan Khan, you've got Munsey, who's such a good cricketer and a treat to watch. Berrington. So there is a lot of talent. It's just that it needs the right exposure, and I think UAE and Scotland are on the right path going forward. One more ball to go.
Going across the line. Just a vain appeal there, wanting to just get that laughter on, that smile on, and that's what it is. A leg by conceded, and that should be the 20 for Scotland. 147 for 8. At one point in time, with the runs that they were getting, it definitely was looking like they could potentially reach beyond the 165, 170 mark, the way George Munsey was playing. But after that wicket of his, everything literally snowballed down for Scotland, and UAE got back on top.
Well, the momentum clearly in favour of UAE. They'll be the happier side walking out of from the centre because they've made sure that they don't have a big target to chase. 147 on this wicket is chaseable, and with the dew coming in later on, it might just get easier. So the first innings definitely belongs to UAE. Yes, they started off well. Munsey scoring 75 runs of just 49 deliveries, and then a small partnership between Munsey and Leask, and then with Jarvis, that was looking really good for Scotland until Munsey was taken. And once he was out of the equation, UAE made a strong comeback. Basil, Aayan and Junaid all contributing with the ball.
Well, yeah, I mean, if a batter is scoring more than 50% of the total runs on board, it tells you a story that it has been a one-way traffic for the Scots as far as their opener is concerned. I'm sure that Junaid Siddiqui would be extremely happy with those numbers. Yeah, could have been the number 5, wicket number 5 for him, but didn't really happen. So 4 for 14 for Junaid. Luqman on debut went wicketless and expensive. Akif Raja bowling that last over extremely well. Just 5 runs that he gave away there. Aayan, a superstar as always, 4 overs, 19 runs and 2 wickets. Basil Hamid coming in and bowled some really sharp deliveries to get 2 wickets to himself. And Zohaib, expensive in that second over that he bowled, gave away 20 runs. Started off well, but I reckon there was an opportunity for him to do a lot better. Junaid Siddiqui started off with ball on timber while runs were being leaked on the other end. He kept at it. Back-to-back wickets for him. Luqman on debut was trying to find that rhythm, that line, that length. And George Munsey was saying thank you so much for every time he erred. As far as the spinners are concerned, the moment they came in, the wicket started tumbling, but Akif Raja, also with some amount of experience, was taken for runs. I was mighty impressed with what Aayan did though, in company of Basil Hamid, getting a good shout there. But the runs were coming nice and thick as far as George Munsey was playing. Sweeps and reverse sweeps. He was scoring them all with ease. Then this was that over where 20 runs were conceded by young Zohaib. And Basil Hamid getting rid of Leask with a stump out affair. And then that was that big wicket. Aayan Lakra holding on to a ball and ensuring that not too many are leaked after that. Junaid Siddiqui coming in and doing the cleanup act, picking up 2 wickets again and finishing off with a fabulous stat of 4 wickets for 14. Now UAE, when they come back in the second innings, will require 148 to win at 7.4 on a surface that might be good to bat on in the second innings, as the dew will come in, the ball will come in nicely onto the bat, and the spinners might struggle on gripping that wet ball. We'll come back after the break and give you all live action right here. Welcome back to the live action. UAE versus Scotland. The Magic Win Sports UAE versus Scotland T20 International Series, the first T20 International. It was UAE earlier today that won the toss, elected to field first. And Scotland, what a start. Munsey scoring 75 of 49, while his partners were literally in a hurry to scurry. Made some good partnerships with Leask and Jarvis on debut, who made 21 of 19. But then, once Munsey went, it was not the same route that the Scots were travelling like it was before. Ended up with 147 for 8 in 20 overs. As far as the bowling is concerned, mighty impressed by the experience of Junaid Siddiqui. Picked up 2 wickets right up at the top in the power play, and then came back at the death to pick up another 2, just giving away 14 runs when the opposition actually scored 147. That tells you a different story altogether. Aayan also picking up 2 wickets, giving away just 19, and Basil Hamid also amongst wickets, giving away 26. The story was completely different for the other pacers. Luqman and Akif, extremely expensive. But I reckon that 147, UAE will be extremely happy with what they have on board as far as their task of chasing is concerned. 148 will be required of 20 at 7.4. And to take you through the chase, I've been joined by Rashid. Welcome, Rashid.
Thank you, Neil. Good evening, viewers. It's going to be an interesting run chase here. That man on your screen, Mohammad Wasim, he is going to be the difference. And I think for UAE to do well, to chase down those 148 runs, it's imperative that he stays for a long time, especially in those first 6 overs.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's got runs in all formats. He's got runs on all grounds. And he is the man that UAE heavily relies on.
And he favors the shorter format too. So it's something that he really enjoys doing. Not that he doesn't enjoy the 50-over competition. I'm sure he's been telling me a lot of times that 50 overs is what is really the testing game, and he enjoys that too. But 20 overs, well, if it's his day, and if he gets going, there's no stopping him.
Well, yeah, 1,633 runs in his 45th match now. Look at those numbers. 12 half centuries and 2 centuries. How often do you get to see players getting centuries in the T20 format? He has 2 of those. Also coming out of a great ILT20. Was pick of the UAE players amongst runs. In fact, was amongst the top 3 run scorers of the tournament. Picked by his own teammates.
Oh yeah, he was mighty impressive. And he was featuring in a very strong My Emirates. So it tells you that his class is apart from all the other players I've seen at probably the associate level as well. But he'll be up against a very strong contender, Safyan Sharif for Scotland. He's played 64 games, 72 wickets, 2 forfeits for him, and a good economy considering that he bowls in the power play overs.
Well, yeah, testing times for him as he'll be facing Mohammad Wasim. Knows a thing or two about the surface, about capitalizing on the momentum of the power play. And especially when you need 148, you need to start strong.
Very interesting field setup here, Neil. Very similar to what UAE had in the beginning. A deep point, no third, and they've got a deep square leg outside the 30 yards. So interesting.
Come on, guys.
But the idea is to take the pace off. And that's why you see the third and the fine leg both inside the 30-yard circle.
Play.
Play has been called and the first ball is underway. Good start there. The oohs and the ahs have begun on the very first delivery.
That was a good delivery. Very lucky was him getting an inside edge onto that one. Otherwise, he was on the money there, Sharif. That's what he does normally, and is a bit high too. But that's the class. So we've seen in the first innings all the bowlers who've had experience. Junaid, Aayan, Basil doing so well. And Safyan Sharif, he's got a lot of experience. So expect some good bowling from him at the top for Scotland.
Wanting to go across the line. Will get some runs with fine leg inside. Anything that goes right or left of them, there will be boundary up for grabs.
Well, it's leg buys there. Was Mohammad Wasim just coming down the track and trying to negate that swing Sharif is getting. Remember, he's been having trouble with the ball that comes into him. But on that occasion, that was a nothing shot at the end. Very lucky that it beat the keeper and the fine leg fielder to get 4 runs. UAE wouldn't mind those 4 runs, so they're off and running.
Well, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Honestly, as long as the runs are coming, they're adding to the total. 4 of 2. Mohammad Wasim yet to open his account. Sharif has a longish run up, very rhythmic. Again down the leg side and will be costing them another boundary.
Well, that's a better shot now. He played that really well. Just fine. Remember, just look at where the fielder was at fine leg. He was very fine on that occasion, but it beat him too. That's the pace of Sharif. But an excellent shot from Wasim. First runs off the bat for UAE then. 8 runs on the board already.
Well, yeah. See, cricket is a game of those tiny little angles, those marginal angles. And Wasim, if you see, as soon as the ball was released, he moved across the stumps to create that angle and then flicked it very fine away from the short fine fielder. Again an appeal. I reckon the height and also the ball moving down will not be called. No damage done. Not 100% yet Wasim on this occasion here.
Yeah, just too lazy on that one, I thought. And he's been having trouble, like I said, with the ball coming into him. I've seen him probably in the last year or so. That is the ball that troubles him. Otherwise, anything else, I think he's very comfortable against the bowlers who take the ball away from him. So this is an interesting sort of first over for us.
2 more deliveries. Again going across the line. Towards the deep mid-wicket. We'll get a couple of runs.
Good intent in the running on that occasion. Mohammad Wasim always wanted to go for the second, putting pressure on his young partner Tanish Suri. Well, Tanish Suri, talking about him, he didn't have a very good start to his career, the ODI career. The first game he was playing against Canada, he was run out. And I tell you what, that run out is something that he wouldn't want to remember. He had no clue where the ball was and he was out of his crease.
Yeah, I mean, nerves, right? He's all but 17 runs, 17 years. And this time is flicked. Aerial and 1 bounce into the fence for a 4.
What a shot that one to end the over. This is the perfect start for UAE. A dream start here. Getting 14 runs in the very first over. What a start this for Mohammad Wasim and team. Excellent. 14 after the first over.
Be ready.
Yeah, just behind.
Leg. $14 for none. And that was the flick of Mohammad Wasim, getting a boundary on that last ball. Very confident. The square leg fielder was way far square. And we've been talking about the angles that Wasim creates by just moving a couple of inches into the ball. The main man comes in to Tanish Suri. Cut away and there'll be a boundary. So first runs for Tanish Suri in this game. And that is in the face of a boundary.
That's a fabulous shot from young Suri. Wasn't a bad delivery. Remember, he's facing his first delivery, and to play that kind of a shot away from the fielder, the timing was superb. That went like a tracer bullet. No chance for a deep point fielder to cut that out, and 4 important runs for young Suri.
Well, he's a very confident young lad, I can tell you that. Watched him play his very first game in the Isle T20 as well for Desert Vipers. First ball that he's playing right at the end of the innings and flicks it for a 4. That was immaculate. No ball. More troubles and the ball is travelling towards the fine leg fence. That's insult over injury and Tanish will be ready to face a free hit.
Well, look at how he ran the second one. He wanted to take strike. Wasim would have been a better man, I would say, because of his ability to hit those big shots. But Tanish Suri, well, he's earned that no ball. So he'll probably want to make sure that he gets a boundary, another boundary for himself. That's what Wasim will be telling him. You've got strike now, mate. You have to get a boundary here.
No pressure. No pressure whatsoever. Yeah, that was a poor delivery in all sense. Overstepping and also going down the leg side. So if not a no ball, would have surely been a wide. All right, free hit. Makes room and almost jams himself with that shot. Will just get a single.
Good delivery from Kevin Main after that no ball. He's bowled a good slower delivery. Surprise, Tanisuri didn't pick it up. But nonetheless gets a single, gets to the other end. This is a perfect start over here for UAE. Just need to make sure now they don't lose any wickets in these first 6 overs. Go about 7, 8 runs in over. And I think they'll set the platform for the other batters to make sure they chase down those 148 runs.
22 on board in just 8 deliveries. A run rate of 16.5. That's a mammoth start. Again, back of the length.
Your end.
Bowled it slightly short. Main
Wasim bhai.
disguises that shorter delivery beautifully. Also bowls it behind, on the back of the hand. Never too easy to bowl that with that kind of accuracy.
Oh, absolutely, I think you're right. It's very difficult, especially with the new ball. You don't get that kind of a control, but I think Main has done well. He's made a good comeback after being hit for a boundary on the first delivery. So this is, but at the moment I think advantage completely with UAE.
Again a no ball. The troubles continue for Main. Second no ball in this innings.
And in the same over.
In the same over, you're right. And Tanisuri will get to face another free hit delivery.
Well, and once again, guess what? It's Mohammad Wasim into his ears. He wants a boundary this time.
Well, yeah, sometimes you just need to let that lad be. Where will he bowl? Where will Tanisuri preempt? It's also a lot about gut feeling when you're playing a free hit delivery. And this time he's played well. And like you said, Wasim wanted a 4, Tanish delivers a 4.
That's a very good shot. He was probably trying to bowl that back of length delivery that rises to the young lad, but didn't get as much bounce as he was expecting. But a good shot from young Tanisuri, clearing the fielder at mid-on, and it's always going to run away once you clear those fielders. So another good shot and another sort of 4 runs for UAE.
An expensive over coming into play. 12 runs already of just 4 deliveries. And mind you, this will get a little more challenging as the ball keeps getting wet. A quick single.
This is very intelligent from young Suri. Hit a boundary, get to the other end. Let Wasim take control of the game and you be the anchor for this innings.
And rightly so. You know, he's got his quota of runs. He's played the bowler really well. No harm in taking that quick single, bringing Wasim on strike. Runs are coming nice and thick for UAE. 29. One last ball. A slower one. Wasim has gone aerial. Will he get the fence? Yes, he does. 4 runs.
Another good shot. Too much width on that occasion from Main. He's been all over the place in this over, and UAE have taken full advantage of that. Finished the previous over with the boundary, and does that in this over too. 33 on the board for UAE. They're off to a flying start here.
Round? Gotcha. It's covering Alex Sam. It's coming round for you.
The spinners coming into play, and rightly so. We saw what the Pacers did. They gave runs in abundance. Mark Watt, an experienced man for Scott. 59th match.
Oh boys, do you find some near right?
He would be looking for wickets because that's the only way to stall this fast-paced train that UAE has become. Good start. Bowled it into the body. Also, be very mindful of where Mark Watt bowls from. He has this tendency of bowling just slightly behind the popping crease. So his front foot actually lands near the stumps, not on the landing crease.
Yeah, there you go. Once again, that's what he does so well. He's been doing that throughout. That's a Mark Watt special. That's what I call him. Use the 30 yards and just change the trajectory of the ball. But this is a forced change for Scotland. It's worked well in their favour so far. 2 dot balls to start with.
Use the whole area that is available for a bowler. Also, it requires some amount of training, practice, accuracy and confidence to use that little square, because every single time you move a couple of inches left or right, the angle changes, especially for a left arm spinner. Shouts off, catch it, but the ball will go away from the fielder. Not very controlled as a shot. A couple of runs nonetheless.
Well, Wasim was very lucky there, I would say. He was forcing that ball. That could have easily gone down the throat of mid-off fielder. Didn't get any timing whatsoever. I would say he's very, very lucky to be still out there.
Wanting to go across, and good piece of fielding there. Definitely saved a certain boundary. Yes, the connection wasn't right. Yes, there wasn't enough bat on that shot. But fine leg is such a funny position. The ball travels really quick.
And it's the fast bowler, Sharif, who's put in that big dive. Normally you don't see those fast bowlers do that. They're going to go for a single on that occasion to win the over. This has been a good over for Mark Watt and Scotland. Just 5 runs coming off it. UAE very careful in that one. 3 overs done, 38 for no loss.
Sharif, change of ends for him, and runs immediately on the very first ball.
Neil, I think that's the reason why I don't like that kind of a field setup. It was in the air, it was towards that fielder at backward point. Had he been in the circle, that would have been a catch there. And Tanish Suri wouldn't have played that kind of a shot initially to start with. Could have been a dot ball to start the over. That's what Scotland need at the moment. Put pressure at least on the youngster. Keep him on strike for 3 or 4 deliveries.
You're absolutely right. It's a very defensive field as compared to an attacking field set.
No!
Much better delivery, this time attacking the body of Mohammad Wasim. Also, I reckon the change in the ends for Sufyan is because he's bringing the ball in, and the onside of the batters is a much longer boundary. This also is not a very attacking mindset unless you're keeping the fielders at 75 instead of keeping them at the boundary ropes to take the catch.
Absolutely, and also we haven't seen much variation coming in from Scotland. We haven't seen that short delivery. You know, batters from the UAE and the other associate nations are not very comfortable against the short pitch deliveries. When you've got such big boundaries on the square, I would probably bowl that bounce as often as I can.
Yeah, fair point. Especially when the leather is nice and hard. Surface has been freshly rolled. Try and use it if you can.
Yeah, and to add to that, there is some variable bounce on this wicket.
Slightly back of the length. I like that fielder there. Shot mid-wicket. Always attacking. Always keeps that batter on check.
Yeah, there you go. You wanted that attacking field set. And at least the fielders inside the ring are at attacking positions, trying to save that single. And this is where you can put pressure, a lot of pressure on Tanish Suri. If he isn't able to rotate strike, that will force him to go for one big shot and can lose his first wicket.
He goes across the line and lands very, very comfortably. Where is that deep mid-wicket fielder? Oh, come on. The deep mid-wicket fielder standing at 75 potentially would have been a very simple catching practice for them. And now has been sent back. Oh, come on. This is very reactive.
Yeah, that is reactive captaincy. Was a good shot from Tanish Suri. Didn't try to overhit it. Just made sure that he placed it in the gap. Picks up 2 runs. Takes away all the pressure that was built in this over. Because before this delivery, I think it was a very good over. Just 2 runs of 4 deliveries.
All right, last ball of the over. Where does this one go now? Very smart cricket. Very, very smart cricket by Tanish Suri. The previous occasion, he hit one over the mid-wicket, sent the fielder back, and now places with soft hands, takes a single and says, thank you so much. 4 overs gone, 43 for none.
Sets up. Brilliant, Gav. Captain, Levola, after 4. Now good.
What comes in? Yes, no. And rightly so. Suri says no, I don't want to run.
They need to be careful here. They can't lose a wicket in the form of a run out, especially. That'll really frustrate Mohammad Wasim at least, because he's been run out on a couple of occasions in the previous tri-series. Once again, straight to the fielder. Good bowling here for Mark Watt. He's not trying to do anything special. Just keep it in the right areas.
What is really working in their favour, Scotland, right now, is that they've kept Wasim off strike for the longest time. And that's not a good thing. If you are a UAE fan, look at his urgency in Wasim. Every time there is a little bit of connection with the bat and the ball of Tanish, he wants to go for that quick single. Maybe that's the conversation that, listen, give me the strike.
Well, he's getting agitated. We can see that. He's getting some frustration there. But I think he's just bucking up the youngster, telling him it's all right, don't worry, we've got runs on the board. You don't have to lose your wicket. Just make sure that you stay in there. Just give me company and not let and don't give sniff to Scotland.
Tentative. Went on the back foot to play the shot across the line. Yeah, that's a better way.
Well, don't take anything away from how Mark Watt has bowled in this over. He's bowled some very good challenging lines. I think he's bowling really well. He'll be the key for Scotland.
Width on offer. Straight to the fielder. Will be a dot ball. A very good over that's coming through. Was that a catch though? Because there were shouts of catch it.
I think just fell short of the fielder. Too much width on that occasion from Watt, and Suri wasn't able to capitalize on that. Turns out to be the 5th dot ball of the over.
All right, what could have potentially been a chance of a maiden over. Not to be so. A single on the last ball, and Wasim will again stay away from strike. 5 overs gone, it's 44 for none.
Fast, eh?
5 overs bowled, 44 for no loss. That's the score. A good start for UAE. Could have been better, but I think the way Mark Watt has bowled, he's definitely put some brakes on the run scoring for UAE. One more over to go in the power play. Is going to be Tanish, and against him will be Jarvis, who's playing his first game. Here we go. Oh, nicely bowled. Good start. Just that seam movement in the air. And, well, Mudassir, what do you make of the start so far?
I think it's a good start, keeping in mind 10 wickets in hand. Yes, they were off to a very lightning start, a quick start provided by Wasim and Tanish. 2 overs, they were almost 30 runs. But next 3 overs, it clearly belongs to Scotland. But they need to find a wicket here. Jarvis bowling for the first time in this game and in international level.
Oh, that's a very good shot. That is an excellent shot from Tanish Suri. He does have a lot of potential, and this is a sign of brilliance from Tanish. Using the pace and just placing it over point, he's got 4 runs.
And good to see Shoaib. He's not trying to force and play those shots, just waiting for that ball to come on to him, that extra pace, and opening the face of the blade, guiding over the point fielder. What a lovely looking shot from young Tanish Suri. This is always important if you're batting with Wasim. You also need to find those boundaries. You cannot expect Wasim to get you those quick runs in the power play.
They're scoring at runner ball here, but what is more important is that UAE have managed to get to a good start. Pressure on the Scottish bowlers. Works it away for a single. That brings Wasim on strike after a very long time.
Almost after 11 deliveries, he's back on strike. Exactly 99 needed for UAE, chasing the target of 148. An excellent start has been provided by these two openers of UAE. Wasim, the captain, batting on 19, and the other end, good to see youngster. Though he was put under pressure in the previous over, it was almost a maiden over, 5 dot deliveries, then got a single on the very last ball. Now getting a boundary and a single.
Off the pads.
Your end.
Tanish Suri, we all know that he's very technically sound. And what is really good about his approach is that he's mentally tough as well. He does have that temperament that you need, more so in the 50 over format. But I'm sure he'll, if he's groomed well and if he's been guided, I think he can be a very good asset at the top for UAE. 50 comes up with that single. Works it again. This is what we were talking about. He's got the right temperament, very busy, very technically sound. And with the new coach, I'm sure he's going to work hard on this young talent, Lalchand Rajput, who's just taken over the reins of this UAE side. He will have a big role to play in the coming years.
Rightly said, Shoaib. In T20, he has that double T's, temperament and technique. A youngster performing really well, and as of now, UAE looking good.
Oh, chipped in the air, catches the call, will land in front of the mid-on fielder. Wasim was a little tentative, but no damage done. Decent over from Jarvis, 7 runs off it. After 6 overs of power play, UAE are 52 for no loss. These are the power play overs, the way they panned out. Wasim was very strong on his pads, made sure that he got those runs earlier on, and Tanish has looked really classy. He's hit a few very good boundaries. With Wasim, they've managed to keep the flow of the runs. They've got boundaries when it needed the most, and they're off to a good start. As you can see, the power play definitely belongs to UAE, 52 without losing a wicket. Scotland, on the other hand, and after 6 overs, were 47 for 2. So the first 6 overs, UAE will feel that they've done everything right.
Oh, indeed. And in the first innings, we have seen the power play going in favour of UAE, and in the second as well, the batters doing a pretty good job. 10 wickets in hand, 52 on board. It all depends on Wasim and Tanish. The required run rate is below 7 runs per over. They need to target one bowler and try to make sure to get at least 5 or 6 runs in every over. They worked really hard. Now it's time to stay out there in the middle, run hard, get those singles and doubles.
Punched, and immediately he's saying 2, but we'll have to settle with 1. And this is going to be a very important passage of play. The next few overs up until the 13th, 14th over. How these two plan these middle overs is going to be of utmost importance. You can't lose wickets. That's what we saw Scotland. They kept on losing wickets in clusters. And UAE, with that run rate in check, should be able to maneuver the ball in the gaps and get those runs. They'll have to run hard between the wickets. Not going to be easy. That's more like it. Use those big boundaries and gaps that are available on offer and just make sure that you keep the scoreboard ticking.
A shorter format, you always need to have plan A and plan B. They started off really well, the power play belonging to UAE, but next 4-5 overs are very crucial, especially this man on screen, Wasim. A very attacking player, power play done and dusted. Now he needs to make sure to get those singles and doubles. You cannot lose the wicket here.
Quick and just kept a bit low from Gavin Main. So Wasim, he has to now take the role of a batter who can shift gears. We know for a fact that he does enjoy batting in the power play overs, very explosive at the top, but can he now change that role for his side and make sure that he doesn't lose his wicket at this stage? That's much better again, just playing it along the ground, didn't try to play it in the air, takes a single. And Scotland on the other hand, Mudassir, they will need a wicket here. What is important is that they need to make sure that they keep on taking wickets.
And to get those wickets, you need to bowl those dot deliveries, create that pressure. It was an excellent over from Watt, going for just a single, but the very next over, Tanish getting a boundary and releasing that much needed wicket for Scotland. The pressure was released from Tanish. Change of pace, nicely done. Running hard the first run. Excellent running between the wickets.
This is absolutely brilliant running between the wickets. They got 2 runs and they put pressure on Scotland in this over. Just look at that. Played with soft hands, played it in the gap, just maneuvered the ball, and he knew that there are 2 runs on offer. Wasim responding well as well. So great running, good cricket from UAE so far.
The way he got those 2 runs, it reminds me of great Virat Kohli coming across the line using those wrist tap and run.
Oh, uppishly played, beats the fielder at point, and the ball will race away for 4 runs. These are good, important runs for Tanish Suri and for UAE. Looking strong out there in the middle.
It was all about timing and placement. Width offered and ends over with that boundary. 7 overs done, 61 for no loss.
So UAE haven't lost a wicket yet. Both the openers are out there in the middle for UAE, and this is a magical performance from the two in this Magic Win Sports UAE versus Scotland T20 International Series. This is the first T20 International of the 3. All 3 will be played here at the Ring of Fire, the Dubai International Stadium. The second game on the 13th of March and the third on the 14th. Interesting.
A short series between these two sides, and UAE will be looking to win this game. The last time they won against Scotland, it was way back in 2016. 3 times they met against each other. And both the times when Scotland won against UAE, it was George Munsey who was the player of the match. And this was the shot played in the previous over. Under control. And he knows exactly where the fielder was positioned, playing it away from him and gets that crucial boundary.
It does like to play late, Tanish. That is why he's so effective. looking solid. Again, 2 is the call. First run taken hard, and the second run again very easy. This is brilliant running and exploiting the gaps on offer. So mighty impressed by the way these two have batted.
And this is what we are expecting from these two batters. Once the power play is done and dusted, clearly we can see these two batters not trying to hit hard, not trying to go aerial. The basics are right, converting those singles into doubles. The struggle continues for Scotland. They are unable to break this partnership.
Well, we saw the spinners played a very important role, Mudassir, in that first innings for UAE. Aayan and Basil both were amongst the wickets. Scotland haven't been able to repeat that kind of performance. Yes, we saw Mark Watt bowling in the 6 overs, but it was more of a defensive approach than a wicket-taking strategy. A no ball again. How many has Scotland bowled so far? This is the third one, if I'm not wrong. Two from Main in the first 6 overs, and now Jack Jarvis also bowling one, and that's a big no ball.
An easy call for Shuju Sam, and third time it will be Tani Suri on strike who will be facing that free hit delivery. Can he take that advantage? This is what happens when you try hard to get those wickets. Wickets are hard to come. As a bowler trying to increase the pace, a slight error. Now the advantage is for Tani Suri.
Here we go, free hit delivery. Quick, takes the top edge over the keeper's head. It's not going to go all the way. Mark Watt will clean that up, and they'll take 2 runs.
And it's good to see he's trusting his partner, Mohammad Wasim. He pushed Tanish for that second run, and quickly he moves to 34. We always talk about Mohammad Wasim, but credit should be given to Tanish Suri, the youngster, the way he's getting those runs.
Yes, he has done well. Scotland, they need a wicket here. Who's going to be the torch bearer for Scotland? Who's going to be the bowler who takes that first wicket? Yes, no. And good call from the captain. There was never a run there.
We're talking about the bowler. I think it can be a fielder as well who can get you that first wicket. Yes and no between these two. Rightly sent back by Mohammad Wasim. All of a sudden in a quite a comfortable position. You should thank Junaid Siddiqui. The way he bowled, he was brilliant, Shoaib, today.
Yes, Junaid was absolutely wonderful. Aayan also. I think they bowled well as a unit today, UAE. And the results definitely in favour of UAE as of now. Short ball, nicely played, in complete control. Again, he's sighting the ball well. And that is a sign of a man who's in good form. He's got that extra millisecond or a few seconds extra that he can sight the ball and then play where he wants it to. So 1 more run added to the total.
The selectors trusting young Tanis Suri, and he's delivering for his team and playing in his own limitations. He's not trying to be hero, not trying to go after the bowler. He knows he has the support from the other end. It's Mohammad Wasim, who has been kept quiet for the last few overs. It's good to see these two complementing each other quite well.
For Scotland, the only bowler who's been economical is Mark Watt. Gave away 6 runs in his 2 overs. Oh, inside edge. A chance for cross. He puts in the dive. He's not able to hold that cleanly. And they take 2. So was that a life for Mohammad Wasim? 8 overs bowled. UAE 70 for no loss.
You go. Dicko's fine. Colour change.
8 overs, 70 for no loss, and that's the last ball of the previous over. Got an edge. Was there an edge? Let's see. This is a better angle. It looked like there was an edge, and Matthew Cross was not able to hold on.
The bowler creating a chance, he got wrong-footed. So 70 for no loss. In comes the leg break bowler. Ball just keeping it a bit low. Very watchful. Always make sure to come behind the ball. Technically very sound batter. Number 48, Tanish Suri, moves to 36 with that single.
Well, finally some spin for Scotland. Chris Greaves, the man. Oh, bowls the googly. That's a good delivery. Nice follow through as well. As a spinner, you don't normally see that. The only other bowler I can think of is Rashid Khan, who has that kind of a follow through after he delivers the ball.
And good to see he's testing these two batters straight away, bowling those googlies, pushing the batters on the back foot. A bit fuller, nicely managed, running hard the first run, but no chance of that second. And I believe for the next 3-4 overs, if they can manage another 20 runs, after that they'll be having, especially Wasim will have that free license to go after the bowlers.
And that is why Chris Greaves will have such an important role to play today. South African born, plays for Scotland, 33 years of age, 11 wickets to his name. Made his debut in 2021. Got quite a few matches under his belt. Oh, that's a good hit from Wasim. That sound of the bat says it all. It was always looking good, and it's gone all the way for 6.
Trying to bowl that bit fuller, going down on one knee. Good pickup shot. And as a leg break bowler, you tend to go for some runs. It's a good sign, I would say, for the bowler that Wasim is targeting him. Now he can create a chance, but what a massive hit. Very strong wrist of Wasim, helping him to fetch that maximum.
Again in the air from Wasim. Will get a single, so they are keeping that scoreboard ticking. They've got a 6, but they've still managed to follow that up with a single.
Throughout this innings, we have seen the story remains the same. Once they got that boundary or a maximum, they made sure to rotate the strike on the very next ball.
Oh, that looks close. Will be given. And there you go. Greaves, the spinner, strikes and breaks this partnership. Suri was not able to read the ball hitting right in front. And the umpire's dreaded finger goes up. Let's look at that again.
Straighter delivery. He was expecting it to come into him, trying to play across the line. And a good decision from Akbar Ali. At last, they were able to break this partnership. A brilliant 37 of 35 balls with the help of 4 fours. UAE 80 for the loss of 1 at the end of over number 9.
Yeah, like 10 behind. And probably 5-10 off. Just make sure you're saving 2 fight. Figure that out.
$80 for 1 after 9 overs. At this stage, Scotland were 3 wickets down. UAE just lost their first. As Mark Watt comes into bowl his 3rd over. Slower in the air, very watchful. And Alishan is off the mark. No, it was Wasim, in fact, who was taking that strike. And now Alishan will face his first delivery.
Quite interestingly, that was the wicket of Tanisuri trying to play across the line, and easy decision for Akbar Ali. Keeping in mind a leg break bowler and left arm orthodox, it would be a good idea if they could have sent Aayan Lakra. Left hand right hand combination could have done wonders. 19 games for Alishan Sharafu and the strike rate of 113.
Yes, UAE has a problem of many in terms of the top order bats. Now we've seen Alishan was batting really well for the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders in the DP World T20, and maybe that is why they've continued with Alishan at number 3. Aayan Lakra might come at number 4, but yes, you're right, that left hand, right hand. I was thinking it would be Aayan and Wasim opening the innings for UAE. So it's cut away straight to the point fielder. Tanisuri at number 3, Alishan at 4, and then you've got the likes of Basil, Aayan to follow. But yes, UAE think tank thinking differently, and that opening pair definitely worked today for UAE. Now can Alishan continue to be a good partner with Mohammad Wasim?
They laid that foundation, Tanisuri and Wasim. This is a completely different ball game. You were mentioning about Knight Riders, he batting at number 1 position, but for UAE there is no one at number 5 or 6 who can get those quick runs. I think it will be an ideal for Alishan to bat at number 5 or number 6. He can be a match winner for UAE batting at that position.
The very difficult position to be batting at number 5 and 6. Like you mentioned, it's the role of a finisher. I think that's a specialist role.
Yeah, because you bat at top of the order, so you always feel number 5 and number 6 is a difficult position. But I bat at number 10.
Well, a dot ball to end the 10th over. There's going to be a change in the com box to take you through for the next 5. It's going to be Rashid and Neeloja.
Job. Just make sure you're 5 or 10 off there, okay?
Same one sub, only one sub.
Right, back to live action. UAE in absolute controlled foothold in this chase. 83 for 1 in 10 overs. A required run rate of 6.5. Greaves, the only wicket taker so far in this equation for Scotland. Would be looking for a couple of more as Wasim is in all readiness. Good piece of fielding there. I've always been a fan of that short mid-wicket, Rashid. As a spinner, you always need to have that short mid-wicket in the face of your batter.
Well, it takes courage, doesn't it? For especially a spinner. And if it's a leg spinner, oh, that's a good delivery, good shot. But I think that's going down because it was a googly on that one, the wrong one. Taking it towards that leg stick and missing that completely. Good decision at the end. I thought that was a very good decision from Akbar Ali. Back to that conversation we were having. I think even though he's a leg spinner, he's got one fielder on the offside behind point. So that takes a lot of courage to have that fielder in short mid-wicket. Oh,
He goes big this time. Mohammad Wasim. The ball has got more than wings. Is flying on aeroplane fuel maximum.
oh, that came out of nowhere. Oh, full length delivery from Greaves. Yes, it was asking to be hit, but it needed quite a big hit. And look at Mohammad Wasim. He's very strong down the ground. Gets that lovely stride and reaches the ball quite nicely. Timing was superb. Elevation excellent. And got the distance at the end as well. Excellent shot from Mohammad Wasim. Getting into his 40s now. Of just 27 deliveries.
They've come in quick time. Pulling the length back and getting the ball to turn in. And that's the fielder that you're talking about. That's only for the deliveries that the batter is forced to cut. Because if he cuts, I mean, if the delivery wasn't coming in, it wasn't a googly, it was a straighter one or was turning away, he would have been able to cut it very comfortably. But for a googly, that fielder...
Plays with that fielder now. This is not very good from Scotland. They're opening the plan that they have set. They're giving it out to UAE quite easily. With one fielder there, UAE is always going to expect the ball to come into them. So that's where I think that plan has not worked for Scotland at the moment. But UAE, with the kind of position they're in, they just need to make sure that they keep ruining the plans Scotland set on.
Down the leg side, and if you err in that line, you will be punished, and that's exactly what it is. Punishment in the face of a boundary.
Excellent shot from Ali Shan to end the over. This has been a very good over for UAE. They have taken that equation to run a ball now. 11 overs done, 94 for the loss of one. UAE, going very strong.
.54 required of 54. Couldn't be a better equation for the batting side. Leask has been given the responsibility now with the ball. And I use this term responsibility because if he leaks runs, it's almost curtains for the travelling side.
Absolutely right. I think this is the last roll of the dice probably for Scotland. Bringing in Michael Leask, the offie. He's a good bowler, gets that drift in the air and bowls in the right areas. But UAE, with the kind of position they're in, they'll be very comfortable against Michael Leask. They'll just milk him for singles, get those 6-7 runs of the over, wait for that bad delivery, hit a boundary, and they just make it easier for themselves. Otherwise, other than that, I don't think UAE has any other plan. Should have any other plan, rather.
You're right, that's the right usage. They shouldn't be looking to do anything silly from here on. To go run a ball. Yeah, very, very basic, very, very simple. Right arm offie bowling around the wicket more often than not. You're cutting the LBW chances because the ball will more often than not pitch outside the leg stump. If he's pitching it on the middle and off, this is what you do. Drive it through the covers.
Get your single and that's it. Get to the other end. It's been mighty impressive from Mohammad Wasim. He's able to change his gears. Normally we don't see that from Mohammad Wasim. He goes at one pace, hits those boundaries, hits those sixes and tries to finish off innings as soon as possible. But here, he's playing very responsibly here.
Well, yeah, that's a good sign of a mature player. The Tals are out and are you been used for every ball. Dot ball there. Every time the ball is hit on the surface by the batters, the bowlers will have to use the towel because the seam gets wetter. Good big shout. No, Wasim absolutely on the money. That short mid-wicket fielder again coming into play.
That's a good position. Now for the offie, bringing the ball into the right hander, I think that's a perfect position. You need a fielder there, no matter what. But that's an excellent shot using his crease there, Alishan Sharfu. Very cheekily, just guiding that towards deep fine. They're coming for the third, are they? Mohammad Wasim is quick between the wickets and he'll make it quite comfortably at the end. Excellent running. And a good over at the end. They milked their 6 runs. And without taking much risk. UAE going very strong. I think this is a perfect partnership. Getting to 100 now with those 3 runs. 12 overs done, 100 for the loss of 1.
No.
100 for 1 and 12. 48 more required. 29 singles, 7 twos and 1 3. That also tells you that how confident they have been as far as the run distribution is concerned, not heavily relying only on those boundaries. Just 2 sixes and 8 fours. 44 runs coming off boundaries and the rest in singles and doubles. Wasim on the non-striker's end as the fast bowler Jarvis has been brought in. The captain here looks like he's out of option. Richie Berrington is trying to go to everyone possible in hope to try and buy that 1 wicket out.
Yeah, they look desperate now. He's gone to every bowler, but they haven't been able to make much of a difference because this has been a very good start for UAE. That opening partnership, really laying that foundation that we were talking about. It was about the first 6 overs, and I think UAE capitalized where Scotland couldn't while they were out there with the bat.
This is shot wide and boundary. Very, very comfortable. Alishan has quick hands and we could see the result of that.
This is what Alishan enjoys. He likes width, comes down the track against the faster bowlers. He's a very courageous batter, and on that occasion gets it nicely over that point fielder for a very important boundary for himself to get himself into the groove now. Looking very comfortable, I think, is Alishan Sharafu.
It's always important for the batter to actually get a couple of shots that he likes to play early on onto the innings. Gives him that little self-confidence check.
No.
To pull this one, didn't really get underneath the ball. And he's trying to see. This is the shot that you should have played, Alishan. They say that hindsight is always 20/20 and this is why it is.
Well, that was a good variation there from Jarvis. Slightly slower, which is why he got to at the toe end of the bat. More like a snooker cue. Needs the chalk out.
Looks like someone likes playing the 9 ball on the pool table. Again, back of the hand delivery there. Many a times you'll see these cricketers play various sport. Cross-functional training helps you understand the aspects of some of the other games and try and pull it into the game that you play. Never thought that a pool table could be used while training some bowling.
Well, you were talking about angles, and that is one of the best games to get your angles right.
Couldn't agree more.
A couple of more deliveries. Over number 13. UAE going strong.
Again, back of the hand. Wasim goes through with the shot. Not really getting the timing right. But as long as the runs are coming, they wouldn't mind. 106 for 1. Alishan. My eyes are on him. 14 of 13.
I think he's looked very comfortable. And he's playing very intelligently. He hit that boundary, and straight away after that he wanted to pick up a single. Guided one towards deep third, did that eventually. So I think he's really realized and he's maturing as a batter.
Smart cricket again, playing it in the gaps. Get a single to end the over. 13 gone. It's 107 for 1.
You will get water also next time.
I think it's time.
Yes, sir.
Dico, just a little bit this way. Barrow a bit squarer than you think. Don't.
Tossed up delivery. Driven will get a single. Runs coming in very, very comfortably. And what is really impressive about Wasim, like you mentioned a while back, Rashid, that he is playing according to the requirement of the game, changing his gears and not looking randomly aggressive. Yes, a poor ball if is thrown at him, he will definitely go for the big one. But otherwise, he's looked very calm and composed.
Certainly, he's been in very impressive touch here. He's, as you mentioned, he's analyzing the conditions, he's calculating, and he's making sure he plays accordingly. If it's in his zone, he'll go after the bowlers, and that's what I like about him. He's a very strong lad. He's very strong down the ground, so you can't afford to pitch it up to him. But at the same time, he's looking for singles. That is good.
Wanting to cut, but the ball stayed dangerously low. Variable bounce, if that is the right term to use over here. You've seen the example of it. The ball stayed painfully low.
Even Wasim, who's on 45 or 34 deliveries, couldn't pick it up. Imagine the new batters who come out to bat. It'll be very difficult for them. So it's very important, it's vital for UAE that these two take them over the line. They can't afford to let it for the others to follow.
You're absolutely right. Because new batters coming in, they'll take time to settle in. And that could be just enough of a crack that is required in the wall to be broken down. Reeves, back of the hand. Wasim has gone aerial. No stopping this. Go fetch it from outside the boundary line. Maximum.
Well, that's an amazing shot. What a way to get to your 50. That's a superb shot from Mohammad Wasim. It was a half tracker really, but to hit it straight down the ground takes some doing, and the UAE captain gets to yet another half century, but he knows the job is half done. 3 boundaries and 3 maximums in that innings for Mohammad Wasim.
Yeah, look at that. He stayed put, and the flow of the bat was just immaculate. Incredible stroke making. Not very easy to play straight over the bowler's head when the ball is bowled just back of the length.
Oh,
this time it's Fuller and has been dispatched in the same zone. Even bigger, even better, maximum.
Yeah, that was an outstanding shot once again. Terrific timing on that one. Was too full, and Mohammad Wasim is not going to hold back. What a way to end over number 14. 28 more runs required. 120 for 1 after 14 UAE.
Dico. Yes, Leask.
That's Wasim on his way to a brilliant half century. He started off really well. Had some really good shots all around the park. And the straight one was just something that you'd want to watch again and again. Wasim scoring 57 of 37. And that shot, back-to-back sixes, coming to reach to his half century. in some style. Ali Khan on strike. Yeah, all they need to do is now just keep their calm, or probably just ask Ali Khan to express himself. You know, Wasim can hold on to one end. This is an opportunity for young Ali Khan to actually express himself, and the captain can say, hey, you know what?
Go for
Go
it.
for it.
Yeah, but I think he'll want to keep his wicket intact. That will be something I'll enjoy more, I think. Yes, he enjoys his shots, he enjoys the boundaries and sixes, but if he can keep his wicket intact in a run chase and get his team over the line, I think that'll give him a lot of confidence. That'll get the habit of winning games without losing your wicket. That is what is required for UAE.
Well, yeah. Trying to cross the line without losing too much. Always good. Instills some amount of confidence in the side. Within the batter also. If you stay all the way till the end, you know that you've taken up that responsibility of seeing your team through. Wasim has done that many a times. Now chance for Ali Khan also to give him company all the way till the end. 26 required of 33. Mark Watt bowling from 3 yards behind the stumps.
And to add to what we were talking about, I think it's just about, it's a difficult art to finish games. And that's how you learn as a batter, this experience. When you finish the games without losing your wicket, that is vital. And I think that's what Ali Khan should be targeting at the moment. Quicker delivery down the leg side will be a wide. Mark Watt will have to re-ball that, but good variation. We haven't seen much variation from Scotland. All the bowlers, even the fast bowlers, I thought they didn't use the short pitch delivery to their advantage.
True. I mean, a couple of short deliveries, but those were the slower short ones. The announcement of which was done 3 days in advance. They're going for the second. And all credit to Wasim. He ran the first one hard and kept shouting, ho gaya, pushing Ali Khan to go for the second. Yeah, keeping the young one on his toes. One sometimes wonders, who is the younger partner here?
Well, Wasim is a brilliant runner between the wickets. Not the fastest I've ever seen. And Ali Khan is no different. He's also very quick. So they're just complementing each other at the moment. Good batting this from UAE. Overall, I think they've been in superb touch. One more delivery to go in the 15th.
Driven and a single to end the over. 15 overs gone. UAE in a very, very comfortable position at 126 for 1, chasing 148.
Thank you, Rashid and Neil. 126 for the loss of 1 after 15 overs, chasing the target of 148. The impressive chase we are witnessing from UAE lads, thanks to the captain Mohammad Wasim. His 13th 50 playing for UAE team. 58 of 38 for him, and Ali Khan giving him company. Run about 20, 22 needed of 30 balls. Desperately looking to break this partnership is Scotland. In comes the fast bowler Safyan Sharif. 2 overs 15 in his first spell, wicketless. It has been a clinical performance, winning the toss and opting to bowl first. Yes, they were pushed on the back foot in the middle overs of the first innings by the batters of Scotland, but a good comeback. The bowlers taking those wickets in the fag end of the first innings. In control in the com box alongside me is Shoaib Ahmed. Welcome, Shoaib.
Thank you, Mudassir. Good dominating performance from the UAE. First with the ball in the first innings and now with the bat so far. 22 needed of 29 with 9 wickets in hand. Should be a comfortable run chase for UAE.
They struggled in the longer format, but in T20 format, they have a specialized coach, Lal Chand Rajput, who was a part of the supporting staff in 2007, where India went on to live the first inaugural T20 World Cup.
Yes, he's got vast amount of experience that he brings with him, Mr. Lalchand Rajput. He'll be happy today. It's not been a very pleasing start for him as a coach for UAE in the World Cricket League 2. They lost 3 games in the 50-over format. UAE lost to Scotland once and to Canada twice. But this will definitely please him as UAE look to get to that total of 148.
And look at
With the captain out there in the middle, I think it should be pretty okay.
indeed, and look at that maturity we have seen in the batting of Wasim, known for going after the bowlers, who loves to hit those maximum, but this completely different innings. He knows the importance of his stay at the wicket. The youngsters playing around him, giving that much needed support, coming down the track, played towards a deep square leg. It's a good start to the series for UAE.
Yes, and I think it's an area of concern for Scotland. The bowlers, they've not arrived for Scotland today. It hasn't been a very convincing bowling performance from them. 148, yes, it's a below par total, but you would expect a much better fight from the Scottish bowlers. They just haven't looked very threatening with the ball, and the batting has been outstanding from UAE so far.
Yet again pushing for that second run.
Take him.
Terrific running between the wickets by these two. Shouting for Ali Shan to come back for the third. It's not only about those maximums and boundaries. This innings of Mohammad Wasim and of UAE, it's all about running hard between the wickets. With those couple of runs, 16 overs done, 131 for the loss of 1.
So 17 needed of the last 4 overs with 9 wickets in hand. Looks like a comfortable win for UAE unless Scotland pull out a rabbit out of the hat. They need a miraculous performance from Scotland if they want to make a match of this one. That one just kept a bit low, and that has been the story of this wicket. It does have that dual bounce.
And they negotiated the dual bounce quite well. 51 runs partnership between these two of 42 balls. They applied quite well on this surface, especially against Mark Watt. They shown that respect against the left arm orthodox, and they went on to get those runs against the experienced Jarvis.
Oh, that's a very good hit. That's gone all the way. It's gone on to the second tier, and Alishan Sharfu, he will definitely enjoy that. We have absolutely enjoyed watching him bat.
Really don't understand what Mohammad Wasim is asking him. He has got that maximum. He's asking him to go towards that long on. Shimmy down the track, good use of the feet and connects well. Young lad, but he has that strong forearms. He loves to get those maximums. In control, just 11 runs away from winning this first T20 international game. Last time they went on to defeat Scotland, it was way back in 2016. And after that, it was all about Scotland winning next couple of games. It's a good start for UAE. Keeping in mind the first day of Ramadan, it's not easy for the boys fasting and straight away coming to the ground and performing quite well.
Well, clearly that prayers have been answered in this game. They've really looked the part. And the Scottish bowlers, well, they have no answers to the batters of UAE. It has been truly a comprehensive performance from UAE, a very convincing approach and very impressive as well the way the UAE batters have come out to bat in the second innings. Pressure on Jack Jarvis, who's playing his first game. This one's a big appeal, but going down leg, says Akbar Ali, and rightly so. Was missing the stumps. Wanted another big hit. Doesn't get any connection whatsoever.
Clearly going down the leg, and good to see Mohammad Wasim is asking Ali Shan to go and get those big shots, not being greedy. He worked really hard, Wasim, for his 61 of 40. It's always good as a youngster to get those winning runs for your team. Riding high on confidence of the maximum is Ali Shan Sharafu.
Looks very calm and composed out there. Goes big again, flat batted it, and in the gap, one bounce over the ropes for 4 runs.
Excellent, terrific piece of batting from Ali Shan Sharafu, making a comeback in this T20 side. What a hit. And I'll take you back to 2022 Australia World Cup qualifier game against Namibia. These were the two who did the wonders. Wasim bowling that final over and Ali Shan getting that brilliant catch at long on to get rid of David Visa. And yet again now, history in making for UAE. Just 7 runs away from winning this first game. In the air, chance for the fielder, and departs Ali Shan Sharafu. So first wicket at international level for Jack Jarvis.
Yes, first T20 international wicket, a little too late in the game, but he will remember that. Ali Shan Sharafu trying to finish things off quickly, plays this one straight to square leg, and a very good catch taken by Greaves. As a very entertaining innings from Ali Shan Sharafu, a good one for him and for UAE comes to an end. UAE lose their second wicket as Ali Shan walks back after scoring 32. It's 141 for 2.
The fall of Ali Shan Sharafu. In comes another batter who is making a comeback. Side Aayan Lakra, he had a good outing with the bat against Afghanistan. 8 games, 108 runs, 63 unbeaten. It was a brilliant knock he played against Afghanistan, where UAE went on to win that game. It was a 3-match series played in Sharjah. This was the fall of Ali Shan Sharafu. Back of lane wanted to pull towards deep square leg, but finds the man Greaves, making no mistake.
Played with soft hands and will be the end of the over. 3 more overs left, 7 runs needed for UAE. 3 more overs to go. In comes another quick delivery from Main. And this one's been played in the gap by Wasim. He'll want to stay there till the end. Make sure that he takes UAE home.
Good knock, a sensible knock we have witnessed from captain of UAE Mohammad Wasim, the 13th 50 in T20 International. He's already got a couple of hundreds. You have witnessed one of them against Ireland. In fact, both the times you were in the com box.
Yes, I have been fortunate enough to see his 2 T20 international hundreds, both against Ireland. And we know that he is such a great T20 cricketer. Again, gets it from the middle of the bat. Just a special cricketer, isn't he? You know him more than anyone else, Mudassir. You've seen him coming through the ranks of UAE cricket. All the way from Ajman, playing in those cement grounds, sandy wickets.
I think he really worked hard on his game. He was a terrific fielder, as everyone knows here in UAE domestic circuit. But he worked really hard on his batting. He used to be a one-dimensional player, always want to go towards the deep mid-wicket. Now we have seen the change in his batting approach. It was early days for Mohammad Wasim and early days for you as well in the com box.
Yes, our journey has been a very exciting one. Started off together. I think he's started his career in the centre and we started our career in the com box at the same time almost. But he has been a value add and a true gem of a cricketer, Wasim. And he's still got a lot of cricket left in him. He's young, he's exciting. He does like to be a team player, which he is, and he's leading the troops well. So a good captain to have, Mohammad Wasim, for UAE. Oh, that's a good shot, and this will be the winning moment. No, in the hands, and yes, it will be the winning moment. Well, drama on that last ball. Beautiful hit from Wasim, and a misfield and a catch drop has allowed UAE to cross the line. UAE, in the end, have won the game and won it by 8 wickets.
A good victory, and for the first time I have heard from Shoaib Ahmed yes and no in the com box. He was quite confused, but the good result for UAE winning the first T20 international against Scotland in the series of 3-match series. There wasn't a chance. Put down and 4 runs. A comprehensive win for UAE, 149 for the loss of 2 in 17.4 overs. And captain Mohammad Wasim remained unbeaten on 68.
Well, what a win this is for UAE. We'll take this win into the series, and this is going to be one win that they will cherish for a long time. It's been a good start for them. The first T20 international belonged to the men in pink and blue, while for Scotland, they'll have to go back to the drawing board and re-strategize, get together as a group and come back strong in the second T20 international. But the focus tonight is going to be on these men, on the men who've done well, the better side coming out as winners today. First with the ball, Junaid Siddiqui on your screens was phenomenal. Tanis Suri also contributing with the bat at the top of the order alongside his skipper. So all the boxes ticked by UAE and almost a perfect game for UAE.
Indeed, and good to see seniors performing quite well and the youngster giving that support, playing around the seniors. Junaid Siddiqui bowled quite well, and in the second innings it was Tanis Suri. He started brilliantly with the bat, taking out that pressure from Mohammad Wasim, and Mohammad Wasim, completely different player when it comes to shorter format.
Oh yes, he's definitely one of the players to watch out for in the UAE, the captain leading from the front. Aayan Khan bowled well as well. So overall a great team effort, and that has culminated in a very comfortable win for UAE in this first T20 international. That's the batting card for UAE. Wasim was not out till the end. He scored 68 runs of 43 deliveries. A well-played innings by Tanis Suri, scoring 37. Ali Shan was really good. Looked really comfortable out there in the middle, scoring 32 of 29 as well. 11 extras. That is something that Scotland will want to consider going into the second game. And in the end, it was a very mediocre bowling performance from Scotland.
They tried their best, but the problem for Scotland has been at top of the order. If you talk about the bowling chart, Sharif, the experienced wicketless, going for 20 runs. Main going for plenty of runs, 2.4 overs, 34 runs. They played sensibly against Mark Watt. 15 runs. He was very economical but wicketless. Jarvis and Greaves, though they have got that wicket apiece in the kitty, but they went for plenty of runs. At the end, it just took 17.4 overs for UAE to go beyond that 148. And let's see the highlights of the second innings.
Well, Wasim was really good. He made sure that he didn't throw away his wicket, and the loose balls were taken care of by Wasim in the end. He was there till the end as well. And Suri, he definitely looked very compact and comfortable, and then that free hit delivery was hit straight towards the long on. So both the openers made sure that they kept the scoreboard ticking, and the first 6 overs was actually where Scotland lost the game, because the runs were coming in thick and fast, and the boundaries were very difficult to stop for the Scottish bowlers. Greaves, he did manage to get that first breakthrough, got that wicket of Suri, but it was another beautiful partnership between Mohammad Wasim and Alishan Sharfu. They steadied the ship. Alishan, being his regular self, was expressive out there in the middle, was not afraid to use his feet, and from the other end he saw Wasim hitting those lusty blows down the ground for huge sixes. In the process, he got to his 50 as well, his 13th T20 international 50. Alishan Sharfu continued the onslaught, did hit a few big shots towards the onside and kept UAE in the game. His wicket was the one that fell the last, and then this was the winning moment. Wasim scoring those boundary runs and taking UAE towards victory.
A good win and lots of positive for UAE, keeping in mind they're trying quite a few new faces, and good to see they performed really well. And let's see how this match transpired. Scotland were asked to post a total. They were in a bit of bother after losing a couple of wickets, but what a brilliant knock we have witnessed from the senior batter George Munsey, 75 of 49 balls. Jarvis adding 21 and Leask adding 19, but it was a clinical bowling performance. Junaid, his best performance in T20 internationals, 4 wickets to his name, couple of wickets for Aayan and Basil, and they managed 147. When the chase started, UAE were always in control. Wasim unbeaten on 68, Tanish on 37, Alishan adding 32, and bowlers went for plenty of runs. Jarvis and Greaves a wicket apiece in the kitty. At the end, UAE winning this game by 8 wickets in hand.
So the first T20 international belongs to UAE. They won the game by 8 wickets. There are 2 more T20 internationals to watch out for. The second will be played on the 13th of March, and the third T20 international will be played on the 14th. So there's still a lot of cricket left in this series, and I'm sure Scotland will want to bounce back in this series as well. Time for us to dive into a short break. When we are back, it will be Neil Oja with the post-match presentation. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the moment that UAE will want to cherish and remember, the winning moment where Mohammad Wasim got those runs for his side and took them over the finish line. In the process, UAE have sealed the deal in this first T20 international. Scotland batting first, got to 147 in their 20 overs, Munsey scoring 75. In reply, UAE got to that total in 17.4 overs with 8 wickets in hand. Wasim with the bat and Junaid Siddiqui with the ball, shining for UAE in this first T20. It's time for us to head along the sidelines and find out who the player of the match is in this game. We've got Neil Oja with the two captains for the post-match presentation.
Thank you so much, Shoaib. And yes, welcome to the post-match presentation of the magic win UAE versus Scotland T20 International Series presentation ceremony. In the presentation party, I've been joined by Ashley Fernandez from ITW. First up, on behalf of Emirates Cricket and ITW, would like to thank Magic Win, our title sponsor and broadcast partner FanCode and Sports Eye. Now, what a fabulous game of cricket we've experienced today. At one point in time, it looked like Scotland had everything under control. But then the spinners came in and they put brakes on that high-running machine. And then, as far as batting is concerned for UAE, looked like they were batting on a different surface altogether. All right, now the player of the match had a few contenders. One was obviously, yes, George Munsey, scoring 75 of 49. Mohammad Wasim, the skipper of UAE, also scored good, 48 not out. But then the player of the match is this guy who went on to pick 4 wickets, giving away just 14 runs in his 4 overs. His career best, Junaid Siddiqui. Would request Junaid to please collect the player of the match check of 1,500 dirhams from Ashley Fernandez from ITW. Junaid, would like to have a quick chat with you. First up, congratulations on a fabulous performance today. 2 wickets at the top, 2 wickets in the death. Which 2 you liked the best?
The first 2 wickets is like the best, First one is very good, second one is he's trying very hard and, I'm lucky that wicket.
Coming into bowl on a surface that you've bowled maybe hundreds of overs, it's always easier as compared to bowling on different surfaces. But what is the preparation when you go out to bowl in an international game?
I do simple thing. I'm bowling on my, what I have on my, capability. I'm bowling on length balls and wicket, that's it.
Junaid, I've seen you for a very long time. You got a lot fitter, you got a lot quicker. I'm sure that before going into every single game, there's a conversation that you have with yourself. What do you tell yourself before picking up the ball?
Every time I'm going to the ground, I have to, believe in myself. I motivate myself. I have to do, best, and I have to do everything. Sometimes you do good and sometimes you do bad. So that's the cricket.
Did you think of the 5th wicket?
Yeah, I was thinking, but that time I don't want to give too many runs. I don't want to be a greedy that time. I was thinking if they tried very hard, then I get wicket. That's it.
But you've done extremely well. You set the tone for the first match. You set the tone for the series. Go well and enjoy the rest.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Junaid Siddiqui, the player of the match, best of his career. And now would like to have a chat with the Scottish skipper, Richie Berrington. Richie, good game. But tell me something. When Muns was playing comfortably, 70 plus, and then all of a sudden, the whole building tumbled down. What went wrong?
Yeah, look, I think after a tricky start up top in that first power play, we did really well to get ourselves in that position around the 13th, 14th over mark. But as you said there, we just unfortunately lost a few too many wickets in that phase. And I think that obviously at one point we're looking to maybe push towards 170. Right. And in the end fell short with the wickets that we lost in that period.
Spinners did the trick for the UAE camp when they came into bowl. Your spinners, unfortunately, couldn't really replicate that.
Yeah, look, I think conditions were maybe slightly different in that second innings with the dew playing a part. But I think, obviously, it would have been really important to start well on that power play, defending that score. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to get those early wickets, which made it hard to pull back through the middle. So I think that was probably the difference of the game, really. But for me, obviously, really pleased with the performance of George Munsey. I thought he batted superbly, and Jack Jarvis playing his first T20I. Did a lot of good things tonight, so that was good to see.
Now you have a day to prepare yourself, rest up well, and come back again. What would be the things that you'll be working on?
Yeah, look, I think there was still some positives tonight. We did manage to get ourselves in a really good position in this game. So I think it's next time we have to take the opportunity to really get ahead of the game and keep trying to get on the front foot. And obviously, I think our execution will hopefully get better than when we go through this series. But yeah, look, we'll have to. Obviously, it's always disappointing when you lose, but we look forward to that next opportunity.
We're looking forward to an exciting game when we come back again. Go well and rest up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Richie Berrington, the skipper of the Scotland team. And now, we'd like to invite the captain of the winning team, Mohammad Wasim, to have a quick chat. Wasim, fabulous performance, yourself and your side. I'm sure you're a happy captain.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. First of all, thanks to my dear Allah, and I'm very happy with the performance of my team.
You know, we'll talk about the bowling first. Executed to perfection, started off brilliantly with Junaid picking up 2 wickets, but then you had a couple of decisions to make because Luqman was giving away runs, Akif gave away runs, you went to your spinners, they dealt well, but then still, near the end of it, you were wondering which fast bowler to pick.
You know, it's a T20 game. Anytime a match can change, and the way Munsey was playing, I was looking only 1 wicket, and the same happened in the game. We got his wicket, and we restrict them on the 140 odd. So I'm very happy, and all the credit given to my bowlers.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, a couple of them, the spinners, Basil picking 2, Aayan picking 2, and the old fox there, Junaid picking 4. How good was that?
Yeah, today it's a top class spell from him, and I'm very happy he's back. And because from last couple of games he was not in the rhythm, but now I'm happy he's back. And all the bowlers, the way Basil bowled and Aayan, I'm happy overall.
You batted really well, but we're not going to talk about your batting because we always talk about your batting. Let's talk about Tanish Suri opening with you.
Yeah, he's a good batsman, and actually I like his technique. He's a very good batsman, and I was talking with him only. He has to stay with me only. So if he is getting some bad balls, and I'm very happy he was giving me boundaries. So, and the way he was batting, I'm very happy with his batting.
And we are very happy with your performance as well. Another half century, another one done. Congratulations, and we look forward to more in the coming days.
Yeah, inshallah, it's a good start of the series, and we'll try to keep this momentum in the upcoming games.
Wasim, we wish you luck and have a good one.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mohammad Wasim, the skipper of the UAE cricket team. And now, this is where we are at. 1 game done, UAE winning it very, very comfortably by 8 wickets. 2 more to come in this series. 13th of March and 14th of March. Back-to-back games from the Ring of Fire. Don't go anywhere because the entertainment and the excitement will continue from the Dubai International Stadium. For now, it's good night and God bless.